So even with this grip, though, I would have to trim it if I wanted it to fit just the 30. But I like it like this so much, I think I might just leave the extended mag in there and just carry it like that because it's 14 rounds of 45. Yeah, I'm thinking 14 rounds is pretty good. Hopefully, I won't have to reload because if I have to reload, I'm fucked because this thing, you have to, I have to manipulate it a little bit.
But I think it reminds you it feels a lot better though.
Man, and I thought the Glock 30 was already thick. I was like, man, that thing's gonna make it even thicker. But dude, it feels like when I reach in to pick it out of my holster, that it would just come up with my hand. It's how sticky it is. It's nice.
Mule fucking loves his. I think Mule put it on his AK, I think. Or, Mule, what did you stick it on? Your AK or your 9?
Yeah, I love that.
I think he put it on his AK. I don't know. Let me get these links going here. Oh.
Although I do want to get a Glock 21 one of these days, and that at that time, that's going on that thing for sure.
Well, I got the Glock 21. I'll save it for you whenever you're ready. Do me a favor, Sting.
Oh, I thought you already got rid of that shit.
No, I'm waiting for you. Can you copy the link and put it in the internal for me, if you don't mind?
The YouTube chat where this can be found?
Yeah. Right, yeah, I think it's on Google. I'm not sure. I'm not savvy like you all.
Yeah, we can see.
Everybody, welcome. Tuesday night. Sorry we're running a little late. Better late than never.
True.
Brother Sting, Brother Mule's on here with me. And thank you all. I didn't announce it, so I just went on a whim here. I figure I'd get her started here. I love those. I could not shoot. Thank you, brother.
There you go, G.
Thank you, sir. I could not shoot anything without those grips, dude. I got spoiled, and I just love those grips, and I used it for everything. You know, the AKs, ARs, pistols, no matter what, dude. It just feels a lot much nicer in your hand.
Yeah.
Wait till you shoot with it. You're gonna be like, wow.
All right, I am looking forward to that for sure.
That's when you're going to be able to tell, is when you're shooting. It's like a recoil pad in your fucking palm, man. It's great.
Well, for me, the Glock 30 that I have is a Gen 3, so it's kind of slick in the hand. After a few magazines, it starts, sweat and all that gets all slick. So I'm really looking forward to trying it, with this. Hopefully, it won't be an issue.
Yeah, I got the Gen 4. The Glock 21 is a Gen 4. The Glock 17 is a Gen 3.
I could have sworn you had already told me you got rid of that, but yeah, man, I would love to get a Glock 21.
No doubt.
And the Gen 4 would be just fine.
Yeah, we'll definitely, we'll talk.
All right.
When's the last time you've been to the range?
A couple weeks ago. I'm due to go again, especially now that I got a new wasser. So.
Yep, got to get out there. And I'll tell you what, you're going to like that Pachmayr cushion grip. It just adds, it does really just does add that right amount of texture and grippiness. You know what I mean? I like it.
No doubt.
So
I get spoiled with, I can't now mine.
Drawing the pistol out of my holster has always been kind of problematic. I always have to reposition my hand to feel like I have a good grip on it because, it has such a big grip, the 45 caliber Glock. And with this on it, even though my grip is not exactly where I want it, I don't feel like the gun's going to go flying out of my hands if I shoot it without having the proper grip,
Right. That's one of the reasons why I've never been able to get that grip angle correct to feel comfortable in my hand shooting it. That's why I've never been a big Glock fan.
I want to say, I don't know if it's necessarily the angle of it. It's just that when I go to draw it, for some reason, my fingers don't get in the right spot immediately. I have to kind of move my fingers around in order to get the correct grip.
Well, that's another help of that one that G sent you is it has those little finger grooves. It kind of helps. You can kind of set it where you like it. A few times after you grip to it, it'll pretty much stick to the polymer, and then you'll hit it every time. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Mio, did you put it on your AK or did you put it on your 9?
I put it on my AK.
Oh, there. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
But the whole principle is the same, and the only reason why I didn't put it on one of my 9s is because I had just bought the same things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had just purchased them, and you had sent that one to me, so it went right on the AK, and I love it.
I'm trying to get these links out here.
Right.
These links have become a pain in the ass. That's why I asked you to put the link in, or the link in, because whenever I put the link in, somehow it's wrong. Does not work. Brother JoJo, I'm getting you in right now.
Well, that was the link for the YouTube video. You want the link for this chat?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought you wanted the video that's playing
no,
on
I'm
YouTube
sorry.
right now. No, that's all right. There's
If you can put if you could put the link into the chat, that'd be awesome. I appreciate it.
yeah, I went ahead and did that.
Oh, cool. Thank you. If you just want to start passing them out to some bartenders, that'd be cool. And I'll do the same.
Sure thing.
Get Wild Iron Horseman in the house. What'd you do today, Brother Mule?
Yeah, he ignored everybody. That's what he did.
I'm sure I'll be back. Yeah, I don't know if Tony got my package. I know I didn't get his package. But I'm closer to Mule. But if you got my package, fucking...
Dude, I got your package yesterday.
Oh, then Tony should have fucking got it then. I think Mule
barely got around to putting up the video today, that's all.
Very nice of you to send that stuff. Thank you, G. It was very nice of you to send that stuff. Thank you, G.
Oh, no worries. No problem. I'm sorry that it didn't fit the AK, but I'm sure when the 12 gauge comes back, we'll put it to use.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if it can last. That'd be a nice little test.
Hell yeah.
Especially when you fucking get the drum mag for it. Shit.
Oh, I got the drum mag, man. I got 20-round drum mag, Bumsky, simulated full auto. Yeah, we'll rock it.
Yeah, see, I didn't make that choice. Anyway, what's up? What'd I miss?
What'd you do today, Brother Mule?
Same old thing. Try to take over the world.
Yeah.
Damn right. Me.
I know we don't talk. I know we don't like talking sports, but sorry I bringing it up, but Mr. Ray Rice from the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
I know we don't talk much about it, but I like how the team terminated him.
Yeah. That was some sick shit, watching what he did.
He basically lied to the football team, and that's what cost him his job.
What really pisses me off is that, well, and I understand why she's doing it, but, to see his wife say, well, you should have kept out of our business and all this shit, and she's definitely one of those people that you just are never going to reach.
They had Deion Sanders' ex on O'Reilly today. And she was talking about how she understands that, she's an abused woman, and, if she didn't stand up for him, that, he'd withhold money, he'd withhold the children from her, whatever, she stood up to him.
He ain't gonna have no money here pretty soon.
No, he walked away with 35 mil.
Yeah, but how many NFL players, sports team people, lose that money within a few months after they're no longer employed?
Years, but yeah, a lot of them because, nowadays...
Never stop living that way.
He's only 27 years old, and basically, the team supported him. The team had his back until he lied to him, and just like Adam Schefter reported it from ESPN, he said, look, if we would have fucking did that, if one of us would do that, do you think we would be sitting here at our jobs right now? Hell no. He said we would all be locked up. All of us would be fired. But
I like it, though. On YouTube, there was a lot of people burning their jerseys that had him on it.
Yes. That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, I'll guarantee you this guy's going to be playing football again in a year or two. Okay?
Well, look at Michael Vick.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, they already said that other players in the NFL have done worse and came back and had second chances.
Yeah. So
let's not forget about Stallworth a couple of years ago. The wide receiver basically was in Miami and was drunk and killed that old man in Miami. And he came back and he played.
Yep.
Matter of fact, the Redskins signed him for a year.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't be burning his fucking jersey just yet, this guy's.
Well, burn it from the Baltimore Ravens because they're done with him, and he was their whole fucking team, their whole offense.
Right, but, they may be done with him, but I still wouldn't burn the jersey because that's going to make it worth more when he does make his comeback.
You know what really struck me about that video, though, was how casual he was. Like, he didn't care that they were in a public place. I do this all the time. This is okay. Kind of, that just pissed me the hell off.
Well, I don't think those jerseys are going to be worth anything anyway because they make those things so fast it's not even funny.
Right. Sorry, dude. I'm in a chat. I can't take no calls, buddy.
Maybe like a baseball card or a football card.
No, Stan. Sorry, Stan. I sent you a link, buddy. I'm in a chat. I can't take calls, but I think, Mule's right. I think he will be back. Tag Dad, you got a link, brother. Just sent it to you. There's other players in the NFL that have done worse, and look at Lawrence Taylor. Look at all the cocaine charges he had. There's so many players out there that have done worse, and you're right. He is going to come back. He's not going to come back this year because they've already said,
It might be a couple of years, too.
Yeah, you never know how long. Like the NFL, it's all about Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell, basically slapped it on a wrist. He just basically gave him a 2-game suspension. 2 games. That's it. He knocked that girl out like she was a man.
Well,
and the funny thing is,
I didn't see it knocking her out like she was a man, okay? But she did hit her head on. It would have went a whole different way if she hadn't hit her head on that rail.
Oh,
right?
No doubt.
But she got knocked the fuck out, and he had absolutely no compassion for her after that. That's where he lost any kind of anything. Right? Was the fact he wasn't immediately sorry for what he did and fucking trying to help her.
Mm-hmm.
Checking to see if she's okay. Come on.
No doubt.
Motherfucker, and that, like Riddle Girl said, that just shows that this dude's done this too many times. Too much contempt in that fucking one move and the reaction to it. You know what I mean? And then dragging her ass out of the fucking, should have called the ambush. Should have done, I don't know.
No, I agree. It's sad, but
it is.
It's just sad that these motherfuckers get away with fucking literally murder And
I'm not a big Jay Z. I'm not a big Jay Z fan, right? I respect him and where he came from and everything. And
right,
just comparing that video that we saw of this Rice guy and the one that we saw of Jay Z having the same shit happen to him, getting slapped by his not his girlfriend or anything, but but Beyonce's sister or whatever.
oh
And
yeah.
spit in his face, right? Chick spit in his face. Well, the
No
same
shit.
same shit happened with the Rice character, right? And Jay-Z handled that shit like a man. He was like, you know what? No, I'm not even dealing with that. That's nothing. You can't I'm not going to hit a woman. And he didn't, right? So, but this other guy, he hits her, and then when he hits her, he doesn't even you know what I'm saying? When she hit her head, he should have immediately been concerned about what was going on. And there was no concern then. Nothing. Waiting to get to his floor to drag this bitch out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the unforgivable part, but that's not going to stop anybody from forgiving him.
All I know is that he will be back. They're gonna want him. He's too good. And the fucking worst thing is that the bitch that he knocked out, the fiance, or excuse me, his wife, she's out there defending him right now. She's battling, TMZ, all the fucking, because she knows who's bringing in the money. She knows Big Daddy bringing the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on a minute. Now,
And it's sad. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what it's
a
all
woman
about.
should never, ever hit a man without expecting to get hit back. Okay? So, if she initiated it, whatever. All right?
Right.
She knows how strong he is. She knows he
Right.
plays football. She knows she can get knocked the fuck out.
Oh, he's a strong motherfucker. Ray
You know,
Rice.
and she's in that relationship by choice. She may not think that she is. She may
Right.
not feel that she can leave
Yeah,
because
but you know what?
she thinks that she's gonna leave. But she's in that relationship by choice.
Right.
Him being a man, and knowing that knowing how strong he is, that's why I said that the reaction, once he hit her and she hit the fucking rail and got knocked the fuck out, and he was nobody real concerned, that's where I have the problem. Right? Because she's not somebody that you don't care about. She's the mother of your kids. She was your fiance at the time.
Right.
You don't, I don't know,
I'm just shocked that she came out and started defending him and saying,
I'm not shocked at all.
you guys are not in my life. And you guys
A
don't
lot
know.
of women will defend their man. And it doesn't even mean that they don't even have to be a rich person. You see that happening in regular neighborhoods where a woman will defend her poor ass man too. They've been trained like a dog that way.
Absolutely.
They're afraid of what they're going to lose. And there's always some kind of leverage. Maybe it's the kids, maybe it's money, maybe it's diabetes medication. There's all kinds of different kinds of leverage, but they use that leverage against these women, and women have a way out because of it. Because if you have a way out, they're just not willing to lose it.
Joe, Stan, welcome to the chat, brothers.
Yeah, thank you for the invite, G. Howdy, Mule. How you doing? Russell?
No problem, brother. We're just talking about these crazy situations, how these celebrities and stars and professional athletes can get away with murder. And what really sickens me is that, Baltimore Ravens, they're close to my town. They're 25 minutes away from me. I'm a Redskins fan, 37 years. I always bullshit everyone and say, hey, Ravens fans, good drug dealers and murderers make a good defense. And their whole team has been nothing but fucking drama, problems after problems. And these fans still go out and pay thousands of dollars for these PSL seats. We're talking 15, 20 grand a season. Sometimes more.
Soccer and hockey and stuff like that?
No, we're talking about football.
Oh.
And people still go out and support these players, support the teams that have nothing but a bunch of thugs on their team. And people still go out and pay for it and go watch. Why?
Oh, just like the guy with the
It's
dog.
just, well, Michael Vick, I mean, look, I'm not defending the man. By any means, I'm not defending him, but there's another situation. I mean, then there's another story. You know,
Yeah, that
he did his
OJ.
crime, but he did his time. Michael Vick did his time. Unlike these other fucks, they didn't do their time. Michael Vick realized he knew what he did. He was surrounded by the wrong cats. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I know the story well. I used to work with Michael Vick's uncle, and I was close to the story, close to the situation. Hampton, Virginia boy. He's a good cat, but he got surrounded by the wrong. When you make money, when you're making millions of dollars, you're surrounded by a bunch of leeches, by a bunch of individuals that just care about themselves and just want your money, and they will do whatever it takes to get in your pocket.
Hmm.
So what the fuck? He had a fucking dog sting. It wasn't just him. He was supplying. He was backing up a lot of money, I'm sure, in the gambling end of it. And he got pinched, and he did his time. He did his time. He manned up. These other fucks are getting away with it. Why don't you go knock out your wife in the elevator and see what happens to you the next morning?
Well, who did that you're talking about now?
Oh, we're talking about Ray Rice. If you haven't heard, the football player for the Baltimore Ravens, he
Okay, well, I
punched
don't
his
know who he
wife
is,
out.
but
Punched his wife out in the elevator. Did you watch that? It's on
I
YouTube.
no, but I did see that Obama's already backing him up for something, doing something with him.
Obama's backing up
Obama
Ray Rice?
got involved with it. Yeah, didn't you see that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, Obama is involved
What?
with. Yeah, it was a headline the other day, a couple days ago.
Well, he just got terminated today.
Obama, all right.
No.
Ray
Oh,
Rice.
yeah, Obama. Yeah, Obama. Well, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, somebody else gonna have to go to try to get that link because if I try, I'm gonna get knocked off of here. That happened to me all last week. I'm not gonna go through that shit again. But anyway, yeah, it was Obama involved himself somehow with Ray Rice.
Johnny Boy, let me see if I can get you a link here. What's going on? Brother Jim, I sent you a link. Son of Republic. John Master Arms done. Camper Keith, what's going on?
Send one to
Let me get
Reb.
you a link. Yeah, I sent Reb like 20 minutes ago. I'll do it again. Reb.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, guys. I was having mic problems there for a bit.
Oh, no problem, buddy. What's going on, Stan? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, not too much. Same old, same old. Sneezing up a storm today, though. I don't know why.
I'm sure you heard about the Ray Rice
Yeah,
situation.
I saw something that TMZ dude was supposed to release something that he had proof that the NFL turned a blind eye to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any proof, though. Harvey Levin, or whatever his name is.
Who was that?
Harvey Levin from TMZ apparently had proof
Yeah.
that NFL looked the other
Yeah.
way.
Oh, yeah, they did. Roger Goodell. He absolutely did. Just gave him a 2-game suspension and just done. All right, let me get some more links out here. Ray Rice.
I saw something that
Oh, shit.
TMZ dude was supposed to release something that he had proof that the NFL turned a blind eye to.
Someone got the feedback going on. All right, Reb, I'm sending you another link, buddy. You should have it right now. Just got it.
Harvey Levin, or
Rab got a link. What do you got? What do you got? Your back? Someone got
Yeah.
the chat. They might want to mute in the background.
Look the other way.
Is that you, Stan? Roger Goodell. He absolutely did. Just gave him. Is that you, Stan? Just
No, I got my mic on mute.
might be Joe.
No, I got everything up. Something just changed here.
That was weird. Boy, these links are a pain in the ass. I'll tell you.
Sometimes they are. What happened to Sting?
He wasn't going to hang out for too long. He said he was just going to come in and.
Oh, okay, I see. I'll be back in a bit. All right.
What's going on, JoJo? Tell us something good, brother.
I don't know. I'm just looking here. I'm all muted on everything except this page.
Y'all
Is
see
there
it?
such thing as good news anymore?
Huh?
You don't tell us good news. You don't tell us good news.
Yeah, is there any good news anymore?
Oh yeah, the porch is painted finally.
Well, there
Thanks
you
to
go.
the
That
wife.
is good news. I'm sure the
The
wife
wife.
appreciates that.
Well, my wife did most of the work.
Oh, maybe not.
She insisted. She just got in one of those moods where she wanted to do this and that, so I let her do it.
Right.
So I took care of some yard work while she was doing that. That's all.
Right.
You do work.
Honey-do list is 6 months old. Give me that motherfucker. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So I got a lot done too, and it sure did help. Took a load off my mind, that's for sure.
Well, now it's time to start getting ready for winter.
And
Yeah,
then-
thank God. There's only a couple of things to do for that.
Well, and according to the Farmer's Almanac, it's going to be a pretty good one, east of the Mississippi,
Yeah, it's gonna be
So-
nasty again, just like last year, only worse.
east of the Rockies, and we've had a cool, moist summer. So,
Yep.
it's not like the ground's going to be soaking up a ton of moisture.
Yeah, we're supposed to get. By the way, we're supposed to get 5 inches out of this storm that's coming tonight.
What?
Yeah.
Tonight and tomorrow, 5 inches.
Yeah, I
Yep.
know. We're supposed to get hit around midnight, right around the time I got to go pick up the old lady. Storm's
Mhm.
supposed to start rolling in. It's gonna be fun.
That sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you see that chunk of I-15 that got taken out?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk to Stinger. I was like, I wanted to hear what happened because he's from the area.
Right.
He lives outside of Phoenix, but still,
Yeah. HDP put up a piece on that, and it's between Vegas and Bundy's.
Right.
It's like it's over 2. What is it? 2.5 times the travel now to get from Vegas to Utah.
Wow.
270 miles as opposed to 117.
Wow.
260 miles. I'm sorry.
And the fucked up thing about it is every road, most people don't realize it costs $1 or more for every mile of road.
Yeah. Well, you ought to see some of those areas are like, shit, it's got to be 8 feet from the asphalt to the bottom of the wash.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up, man. That's like, God
You're either
damn.
going to have to redirect that whole road or,
Yeah, where the hell are they going to get all that fill?
yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a lot. Well, thing though, you know what I thought when I saw it, though, I'll be perfectly honest?
What's
I
that?
thought, goody. American jobs.
They had to just leave it awash and then build a new highway right next to it.
Yeah,
I mean, not
that's hopefully
right
what they
next
will
to
do,
it.
but, think about it, how desperate our economy is for new blood, right? For new jobs and new shit
Right.
like that. And how we could, if any of these fucking assholes got their heads out of their asses and started with infrastructure, right?
Right.
We would be rebuilding our own economy and helping our own country at the same time. Everybody
Right.
could make money, and instead of piss down economics, we could have some real ground up economics, right?
Right.
And do it with just infrastructure. So when I see disasters like that, I don't always think there's, as long as nobody got hurt, I don't look at it as much of a bad thing, right? It's going to add 2 hours. That's going to give more people incentive to get more road built. So that means there's going to be people fucking working, right? Feeding their families, supporting their state, supporting their community, buying new shit, doing the whole fucking rigmarole that works, that we know works.
Yeah, of course, you know they'll follow.
Engine.
You know they'll follow that train of thought. You can count on them to do it wrong.
Man, it's just, that's why that kind of shit's frustrating. Because you know what? Even back before, you know what? Anybody with half a brain knows what fucking works, right? They know trickle-down economics doesn't fucking work. The rich get rich. They keep that shit. They don't spend it. They spend it once. They buy a $50 billion fucking, aircraft carrier for a yacht, and then they're never spending another dime on that motherfucker, and they're employing 5 people on it to wait on them hand and foot. Whereas, look at what happened in Nevada right now. They just signed a deal with Tesla for a $5 billion plant. You know how much shit that $5 billion manufacturing plant is going to bring in on top of that?
Right.
It's going to bring in at least double of that in just peripheral shit. From plumbers to road maintenance to fucking, babysitters and new shopping malls and places to fucking live and, new car dealers and fucking mechanics and, new cooks and new fucking busboys and all that shit.
Yeah, domino effect.
And that doesn't come from pissed down economics.
Right.
That's the kind of shit that comes from the fucking, the grassroots up economics. And then make sure everybody who's working has enough to be able to, if they work at a fast food, if they work at a restaurant and they're doing a busboy, make sure they make enough to be able to eat a meal at the fucking place.
Yeah, that too.
If they're building cars, make sure they make enough money to where they can buy a fucking car.
Right. Hey, then you'll have all kind of tire places, car parts, manufacturers.
Yeah, exactly. Mechanics, the whole nine. I mean, it's...
Paint.
I'm a fucking blacktopper. That's why I see everything from ground-up economics, because I know how it works. I know how it works.
Hey, that's how plants grow, too,
And that's why you got to get rid of corporations and let people build their own businesses, too.
Yeah, read today that small business is at an all-time low.
All-time low, Joe. Isn't that crazy? What do you think about that, Stu? Right? Is that his name, Stu or Stan?
Oh, Stan?
Stan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm for small business. I absolutely hate corporations. That's the problem is we have these corporations that think they have a big idea. What it is, they just corner a market because they have the money, and they basically buy the intellectual property, what have you, and they're the ones who reap the benefits. And nobody down below reaps benefits because everything trickles up top. If you have small business, it stops there. It doesn't leave the community. Or whatever you decide is your like the state or what have you. You know what I mean? It's not going. It's not going out of country.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. At least in my eyes too, I agree with you. And I find it funny. Walmart's doing horribly lately, and people are drifting back to the smaller businesses when they can find them. Mm-hmm. That's why I found that recent study that Joe mentioned so insane, and why people aren't up in arms about that. When you think about it, our country's been around quite a long time, and there was more small business per capita under the British than there are under our own fucking overburdened oligarchic government.
Right. Look at New York. When they started out, there was nothing but fucking small business, and it thrived. Look at it today.
Yeah, for some reason, people don't understand that when there's a Starbucks on every corner, that means there's not a fucking regular coffee shop on every corner.
No, that's money being siphoned out of the community.
Yeah.
$5. I call it $5. Everything you fucking get's $5.
See, isn't that ridiculous?
I call it Rich Bucks because I don't drink. I couldn't drink there. I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Rich,
either.
and their coffee tastes like absolutely dog shit. I'm gonna tell you, my coffee I love, and I know you're gonna laugh at me. I don't know why. I'm just in love with fucking McDonald's coffee. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just love their breakfast. I love their breakfast, Dan.
Do you guys have a Tim Hortons where you are?
No, we got Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, City Dock.
Why do I know that name? Is that the Canadian place, Jim Hortons?
Yeah, Tim Hortons. He used to be a hockey player. He started a coffee shop back in the 60s.
They're like a Krispy Kreme. They're awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
we do.
well, their coffee, it's a lot of people say it's like crack. It's like it's
What is that meal? What's the place called?
Tim Hortons?
Tim Hortons.
Right,
Never
or Jim
heard.
Hortons.
Burger King just bought them out so that they can technically put their headquarters in Canada. You probably
Right.
heard that.
Yep.
You know, you mentioned Tesla. I read the other day that they are looking to go in with Honda, and
Good.
I think they should be a little careful with that deal because Honda just had 500,000 recalls not too long ago too.
Yeah, but you know what? The Japanese, first of all, they got China sweating down their neck. So going in, the Japanese are all happy to get a piece more in America as much as possible because they're worried that the Chinese may be taking over their island soon.
Well, who the hell is going to want it? Goddamn,
gonna
thing's
want-
all contaminated.
Yeah, it glows from space, for Christ's sake.
You know, anyway, speaking of recalls, this year has been an unprecedented amount of like 15 million recalls from all these different car manufacturers, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Now, there's one this week, a Swedish car maker set an all-time record for car recalls. Do you
Over
have any
GM,
idea?
really?
Huh?
Over GM?
It's a Swedish car maker, and they recalled one car. It didn't say for what. I think that's a made-up story.
Jim, I sent you a link, buddy. He's calling me. I don't know why they call me when I've got.
Somebody's calling me too.
Well, I sent them a link. I don't know why they're calling.
I didn't
Jim,
get the
I
link
sent-
until the second time you sent it.
All right, Jim, let me send it again, buddy.
See who's this?
QC Champ, I will send it again.
Oh, hey, Chad was looking to come into Mario's.
No, that's over with. That's over with.
Yeah, I know that's over with, but Chad was still looking to come into a chat.
I sent Chad fucking 5 links.
Oh, okay.
Mio, you want to help me out here with these, or Joe, you know how to send a link, Joe?
Just over YouTube PMs, that's all. I could do that if you want.
No, I got it. No. I got it. It's all good. I got it.
Okay.
Hey, gee, I'm not in as the dragon.
I got it, baby boys. No worries. Big G got
I
it.
sent Reb a bunch of them, so
Yeah, I sent Reb too. Yep, I'm good. I got it. We're all good in the hood. All right, Chad.
and yeah, Chad gets my links. I think when I do it straight through the dragon, he's on there. Just type out Chad Lilly and it'll come up.
I'll do it again, Chad.
And I'm not in. I'm actually bouncing back and forth between here and my living room.
All right, Chad. I'm sending you another link, buddy. Here it goes. Bam. You got it. Come on in.
Bam!
Yeah.
Bam!
Who else needs a link? Brother Mutt? Come on.
The message I received in my email says join a group conversation. It's, come from Big G, and I click on it, and then it won't take me to a chat. It takes me to that paging system or some shit.
Oh, that third side room bullshit, whatever it is.
I just got Stinger. That link that I'm using is Stinger link. And I'm sure that, the link that I sent you, Jim, did not work, is what you're saying, or it did work?
No, it said join a group conversation. And so then I click
Okay.
on it, and then I thought it was just chat, but it didn't start a chat. It just started ringing your bell or whatever.
Okay. At least you're in.
So I came in as a dragon, so that's right. Hope everybody's having a good evening. It's nice and rainy here. How about Stinger? A little wet down there?
Yeah, he's not in the room. I wanted to ask
Yep.
him. He's in the chat room, I think, still.
Yeah, they showed pictures of the underpasses and shit in Phoenix being flooded out, so they got
Yeah.
a gully washer.
Well, I also know from what he's told me, he lives pretty close to where the water drains out of it, or something like that. He lives close to like two river points or whatever, or culvers or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drain, water usage, whatever. Anyway, he lives in close to two of them, so I imagine they're pretty swollen by now.
Yeah, I guess Southwest gets their rains, but unfortunately they just come like a whole year's worth in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we're used to it, right? You're getting it now. I'm going to get it in a couple hours, and Joe's going to get it a couple hours after me, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's a mild rainstorm. There's no wind. It's just thunder and lightning and some heavy rains, but no wind behind it. So that's pleasant.
Well,
It's kind
there's
of nice.
nothing behind it. From what my weather guy was saying up by the Chicago way is it's going to be a nice little storm tonight, all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
That means
So,
I'll be getting it later.
Just a quick top about the chemtrails. I don't know. Has anybody got reports of chemtrails? I haven't seen shit for chemtrails, so I got the impression they changed their formula or something.
No, I haven't seen any.
Too much other crap to pay attention than to look up at the sky lately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
this
falling,
is-
missing airplanes, meteorites, who knows what else.
Yeah, for the most part, I've been watching the night sky, not the daytime sky. So
These kids getting sick all the way across the goddamn country. It's one thing after another now.
That's just another squirrel. Yeah. Squirrel! Oop, that squirrel's not working anymore. Better get another one. Yeah, they talk about that economic bullshit. I think another reason why things are getting more expensive because they're just not making anything. I mean, if you had more people making the same product, that obviously creates competition and drives the price down. So now we got these mega corporations where there's no competition. So they just, "Hey, how much profit do you want to take this year, Mr. Boss? Oh, I'll take 25% again." So they just set the prices accordingly. Fuck everybody,
Yeah. And then you have the people that do nothing more than push numbers around, right?
Well, I think,
Make these billion-dollar fucking contracts, and they're traders that are doing nothing more than passing things from A to B, and never using their own money. They're all using other people's money, and then if they lose it, there's no consequences. They still get paid.
I mean, what happened in the not too distant future where everybody's doing administration and nobody's actually making anything?
yeah,
It's like, well, what are they doing? Nothing. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the road building costs were back in the 80s. It was about $1 million or a 2-lane mile or something like that. But so I imagine it's probably double that now.
well, that's what it is up here, I guess, around that. I don't.
Because I can't imagine concrete. It's like, I don't want to say we'd batch it out of a batch plant at $30 a yard, and blacktop
Well,
was a whole lot.
it depends, though. If you're doing triple layer with concrete base, yeah, you're kind of screwed. It's gone up to about maybe $2.5 million a mile now. But if you're just doing blacktop 3-layer, base binder top, it's about a mile. Is about $1 million.
Yeah, they do a lot of recycling. They just kind of shave the top layer off and then put it back down.
Yeah.
There's actually a process now. I don't know. There's some places that use it where it's just like a train. The first machine picks the shit up. They kind of run it through another machine that processes it, and then they add some more oil and virgin material to it, and the whole road just goes down like a refinishing machine or something.
Yeah, but that's usually just the base coat, right? They'll use that shit for base coat rather than a top layer because it doesn't hold as well, right, with the recycled material. So then they'll throw a fresh coat of top layer over the top of it. And then they do that like 5-10 times before they end up pulling up the whole road, unless they doing, like, there's a lot of places that do concrete under, especially for interstate highway. You have to. It's concrete.
There used to always be this bar rivalry between concrete guys and asphalt guys. Like, "Oh, you're asphalt. Don't even make a good base for concrete." And then they say the opposite. That's all concrete's good for is a base for asphalt. Yeah.
Yep. See, you know.
Well, see, Illinois spends a lot of effort in subgrade type work and doing. They put a lot of effort into subgrade, and Iowa's kind of the other way around, more onto the surfacing material and less on the subgrades. I don't know, different strategies.
Well, in the winter, I tend to do, and there's plenty of times when blacktop's slow that, everybody picks up a loot and goes doing concrete, So when the work's out there, the work's out there. That's the thing. It starts, when people have money, they're going to get shit done, right? And not everybody works for the city or does big commercial stuff. A lot of people do sidewalks and driveways and stuff like that, And the only way for that's for the small companies to get going is for small people to have money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a fucked up situation all the way
Money
around.
talks, bullshit walks.
So just around the corner from me, they're putting a guy's building a new drive-in movie theater, which is kind of cool. And so, then a couple lots up, they're grading it off, and I asked what they were building there. And they go, storage units. Well, then it'll make some jobs for the couple guys that build the fuckers, but there's no jobs after that. It's just property that's sitting there,
Yeah.
We need a national clean out your storage shed day. Everybody just put shit out and just let everybody kind of trade and start using all that shit that's in storage. Yeah.
Like Storage Wars. I love that show.
Yeah, but people rather throw away and buy new. And it's funny, you can wish for everything, but we're gonna get none of it because come on, they're already developing fucking robots to flip burgers.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Burger King had their automatic.
It's all the way around.
One of the biggest things is the automated driving. And if they bring out cars that drive themselves, how long before big rigs drive themselves? How long before truckers are out of a job?
Hell no.
Well, everybody's out of a job then. You know what? I've been part of my job besides, building shit has been driving my whole life. I don't have a Class A CDL for nothing,
I didn't know you had a CDL, Bill.
Yeah, I do. It's just that fucking diabetes has been fucking with me because...
Well, you told me you didn't have it. You're borderline, you said. They said you have it now, full blown?
Yeah. I still am supposed to piss. I got to piss in a cup and they do blood.
Right. Yeah, fucking diabetes. I'm done with it. But yeah, man. Fuck, what was I going to say? What's up with this new disease that they got going on? I know Stan, we were talking about it last night, weren't we? About this...
that respiratory disease for the kids?
Exactly.
Yeah, there was whooping cough that was coming back out, and there was also polio.
Monday morning, I forgot to tell you, my Luca wakes up. Sarah woke up at 4 in the morning, and little Louie fucking was like, he was like gasping for. I mean, he could barely breathe. She's fucking flipping, dude. He's 2 years old, and we rushed him to the hospital and to the ER because he could barely breathe, and he's got croup. I know you heard of croup.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not that. That's
no, it's not that.
Weird, No. It's a respiratory problem, but it's not. It's fixable.
It's not that.
It's not something nobody knows about, right?
Exactly.
Weird new shit coming from.
Still scary. Still scary to see your 2-year-old not breathe. Like suffering to breathe. But I can only imagine, what those others go through that do have that shit, and it's just like it ain't no joke. And my brother-in-law Ryan, he's he breathes behind the lines. Let's just say, and he thinks, I'm sorry to be so blunt and forward, but he thinks it's the government, spraying that shit upon us. I mean, he already said that we're overpopulated as a whole, as a country.
Well, even if the government doesn't do it, Mother Nature may at any time, Right. Everybody takes nature out of the equation, and nature has a happy or horrible happenstance of sticking her fucking nose in where we don't want it to be. And nature will light it off if it wants to. Especially when it comes to shit like pandemics. The fucking Black Plague didn't come from, a government lab, right? Now,
Oh.
influenza, Spanish influenza, on the other hand, I might be able to make an argument for that being one of the earliest tinfoil hat conspiracy theories. But that's my own personal one, right? Where I think actually the Germans retaliated with Spanish influenza. But
The shit's got to come from somewhere, Mule. It's not like it's been on this in the world for 100 years. You know what I mean?
See, the thing is, every time we get to understand a technology, there's always those that use it for good, and there's always those that use it for evil.
yeah, but what I'm saying is Mama Nature gets her little paws involved too sometimes,
Oh yeah, there's always a balance that nature tries to hold, right? Like even with temperature, you see that you'll see that the Earth will try to balance everything out, and I don't know exactly how to say it, but
I know what you mean. Yin and yang. We all, whatever religion, whatever you want to fucking say, we all understand there's a balance to shit. It just feels like it's very out of balance right now.
oh yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
World, whether you're talking spiritually, economically, all the rest, blah 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 down the road, right? Because we've been talking about this crap for a year, but it keeps getting more and more out of balance, and you just know there's going to be a righting of something.
Exactly. It's like the frequency started getting wider, It started getting,
Yeah.
the loop started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Everything's going out of phase.
Yeah. And it's gonna, there's gonna be a reboot, reset, snapback, whatever you want to, euphemism you want to use to describe the concept. I mean, we're all just basically waiting for it, right? Tony's out partying his ass off like it's 1999 because he thinks.
Oh yeah.
And why not, right? Anybody remember the fucking Y2K bullshit?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
Well, there were some of us that knew it wasn't going to
Yeah.
really hamper too much, but
But then a lot of people, with the 2012, with whatever, I've always believed the Bible the way they put it, right? You know not the day nor the hour. So to me, that basically meant stop trying to find the day and the hour and just pay attention to what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
well, like Stephen Hawking said the other day, a God particle could just wipe us out instantaneously, or start to completely create havoc that would wipe our Earth out, and we never know when it could happen. It's just one of those particles that floats throughout the universe that could instantaneously start a black hole,
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I kept reading, and it gets even worse than that, right? It would basically start a new Big Bang, right? It would collapse the whole universe, and then it would start over again at the other end, right? So it's the way he explained it. It's
Yeah, I'm not a theoretical physicist, but I kind of get the gist of what he was saying.
Me too, and believe me, I can't even pronounce that word, But I just grabbed the concept. It was fun to think about, and it's like, wow, imagine if that's how it started the first time. Wouldn't that be a trip?
That sounds like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they had to blow up our solar system to put in a freeway.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that there's hidden meanings in that movie too.
Man, yeah. I just love the books before the movies. And then once YouTube came alive, I was able to find some BBC shows they did of the. I never got to see a videotape of it or anything, but I loved Doug Adams so much. I found the ones they did on the BBC on YouTube before they came out with the movie, and they were corny but cool.
Yeah, just like Doctor Who was way back in the day.
Yeah.
So go to the restaurant at the end of the universe. I thought that was kind of a funny concept.
Doug Adams kept writing too. There was a bunch of them. He did a bunch of books on that. So it was shit. I sat down and watched Ender's Game with my kid the other day.
Yeah, that was a wicked movie.
It was a great book, and that's disappointment of my own mind. I mean, I watched the movie Riveted because I read the book as a kid. You know what I mean? So.
I heard about weird concepts. I read some article about probably an alien technology that to explore the galaxy it'd be to make self-replicating robots that just they just spread out through the galaxy and make more of themselves and send messages back home. They said it wouldn't take very long for them basically to cover most of the galaxy. Relative terms. Hundreds of thousands of years they pretty well cover the whole galaxy with their robots.
Materials.
Let me do
Like
a
the
quick
robots were
shout-out.
supposed to go to war with us, right?
Hey, G, you mind if I do a quick shout out to the room?
No way, brother. Run the show, baby.
No, it's your show, bro.
Our show.
I'm just sharing your love, buddy. That's all.
Damn right you are. Thanks,
Son
bro.
of the Republic's out there, and he's got some good points. America died. Hi, Jinx. Jinx High is out there. Caregiver. Hey, what's up, Caregiver? Northwest was out there. Jay Watts out there. Johnny Master at Arms Done. What's up, Johnny? Long time no see, buddy.
Johnny, I sent you a link, brother. I hope it works.
Camp and Camper Keith, and that's all I can see, because that's probably when I came in the room.
Yeah, I like Johnny, boy. I sent Johnny a link. I don't know if you
Johnny's
got
good
it.
cat.
Yeah, Johnny's good people.
His old lady runs What's Jammy Time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, she's good people, man. They're
Yeah,
good
she is.
people. Oh, Michelle.
Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to think of her fucking name.
Oh,
Sorry.
they're funny, man. Shout outs to Michelle. Good people, man. Good people.
Yeah. They do Jammy
Yeah.
Time. Shit, they're coming up close to a year now. They've been doing it forever, too.
Oh, man. She's good, man. I watch her, man. She's
I'm going
funny.
to be able to tell you.
Yeah, they're good people, man. Shout outs to Michelle. Shout outs to Johnny.
Hmm.
No doubt.
Yeah, they did a review. Who was it that won those 1,000 magazines or whatever the hell it was? Or, I don't know
That's
right now.
Lola. She's another
Yeah,
good, more good
they
people.
tested
Good people.
tested some of them. I don't think they performed through the test very well though.
Well, they didn't, they weren't truly horrible. I mean, she beat the living shit out of them, and they kept running, right? I mean, she even shot one and it ran,
Yeah.
so it didn't do horrible. But,
Who was that, Bill?
Tax Girl Lola,
Oh, yeah, she's another good one. Yeah, good one.
yeah. She just
I
did,
like watching
did a
that.
bayonet video on her bayonet collection.
Oh, shit.
Got a nice bayonet. Her and her husband and her son, they got a good gig going on with their little family. It's really good to see. And
Yeah, man. They're good people over in Tennessee. I think they're.
She does good interviews. Did you see her do interviews? She's done a couple of.
Breeze, yeah. She did Breeze.
She did Breeze. She did OIF
Jaeger. She did Jaeger.
Yeah. Good people. Good people.
Yeah, they had the tax-free weekend. I guess it's Mississippi. I thought it was Alabama, but it's Mississippi last weekend where there was no tax on firearms and ammunition and gun-related shit.
Yeah, don't you wish you taking off, Stan?
Yeah, I'm taking off.
Oh,
Have a good one, guys.
Take care, bro.
Yeah, see ya. So Louisiana, I guess, has been doing it for a couple of years,
I know your state, Joe, got Corey and Erica, and we were talking. Warrior and I were talking the other night about this drama that he's got online. I guess a lot of people said that he claimed that he was military and he did service or yada yada. But real quick, I mean, from what I saw on Corey, everything that I saw on him, he never said he did military. He never said he spent a second. He said he got injured and they wouldn't let him in.
Oh, that gun club?
Watch his apology video.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did.
So he said it all, right? He's like, look, no matter
Right.
what, I may have put out the wrong info. I'm
Yeah.
man enough to say I may have done that, okay, or I did that, and he was like, look, it is what it is. I'm a good trainer. Me and my people, we do good work. If you don't like it, don't show. I have mad respect for him for that shit. He owned
No
up,
doubt.
nutted up, and said, look, I fucked up. I put out for what I did what I did, and it's done. Okay,
That's
I
right.
did it. That's good enough. I'm sorry for it. I'm rolling on with my life. So from that point on, I rolled on with the situation, and I support them because they have they're having a lot of problems right now with their
the
county.
state. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even their state; it's their county.
Oh, the county. I'm sorry. Yes.
They approved them to have that range there a couple of years ago, and now some,
the neighbors are complaining.
Neighbors start. Well, they're not. They might not even be neighbors that were there when they opened the range. You know.
He said he could fight it. He says, but they're not even going to fight it. They're going to finish out. He said, look, I got a baby. He says, we got employees. We need to keep eating. This is what we love doing. This is what we need to do, and it pays the bills. And we all have a life, and we need to continue our life. And that sucks. I mean, that really fucking sucks how they just shut it down.
It does suck, but you know what? They're and think about this. He's having to deal with this bullshit on the YouTube.
Exactly. Right.
In the middle of shit that's happening in the fucking dude's real life. And he still took the time out to handle the YouTube community and let them know, look, okay, and stand like a man. You know what I mean? And to me, that was that. Real men admit their mistakes.
That is a man.
And own up to them, and then carry on.
He's a man. He did a manly thing. That's what men do, is own up to their mistakes. And he came out there like a man, and he didn't hide behind the story. He wasn't hiding behind the rumor or whatever is being brought out. And then you see a lot of other people like Yankee Marshall I don't know, he's dogging them, or I know a lot of people are making videos about him, and I don't know why. That's like he said, Corey said, it's none of y'all's business. It's really none of y'all's business. But he chooses to talk about it because he's honest. And like Mule said, he came out, he said he made a mistake. Move on. How many people we all make
enough, right? For me, that's good enough.
Good enough for me.
What was somebody wondering about Thursday? Oh shit, Thursday's 9/11, isn't it?
Oh shit. Are we having a chat?
Yeah, of course we
have to have a chat.
Thursday night's my night. Shit.
Yes, sir it is.
9/11. God damn it, I hate that day.
Oh, that's gonna be a
special
chat.
Far enough down the road, right? This is the 13th year, right? So
13th
anniversary of 9/11 we're coming up on. And as long as nothing happens, right? False flag, real attack, whatever, right?
What's Obama up to in the next 2 days? Any idea what kind of an agenda he's got? More golfing? Or?
I don't know what's going on in D.C.
Well, if he's not in D.C. on that day or anywhere close to that day, it's just like, he's got the heads up. But somebody, I don't know, was it Dark Sky Watcher or somebody posted something about restricted airspace, and he was like showing all these locations, and they were like, scheduled to be just before and during, the 9/11 type day, and Guam was one of them. There's restricted airspace over Guam or some shit.
Well, I mean, it's kind of SOP, right? They got to keep us afraid, and I mean, and the tinfoil hat community's off to the races. I know I'm part of it, so nobody has any knowledge of anything, but everybody has that, creepy feeling of
creepy feeling is the thing that's just seemed kind of weird the last couple of days. Just thinking just gotta appreciate things and chill and
I do that around this time every year anymore because fuck. I mean, I was living in New York at the time. I had family that was in the fire department down there, and friends that I went to grade school and junior high with down there.
Were you in New York, Neil? Were you in New York? Oh shit! Oof.
13th anniversary too.
My sister was there too, man.
And and I also grew up watching the towers get built.
Yeah.
So I used to, when we'd hit Tar Beach, with those of you who've ever lived in a city know what Tar Beach is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the rooftops, flat roofed apartment buildings. Everybody used to call them Tar Beach. You go up to the roof, right, and sun yourself or hang out or whatever. That was where you'd barbecue. Right, because you had no backyard, you had no yard at all.
Yep.
You had the roof though, right, and a hibachi if nothing else. And we watched the towers go up, so to watch them come down, it still doesn't sit well with me, and I still don't believe the story. So
You're never going to forget that day for the rest of your life, man.
no, and I'm never going to believe the story for the rest of my life either. You know, that's the sadder part of that equation, right? Because
Right.
you what specs that I mean I was in those buildings. I knew what specs they were built to. They got built in front of the eyes of New York City in a lot less time than it took for them to put up the second one. You know, the new one.
Yeah.
Both those towers got put up faster than the new one got put up. And that was back in the 70s. You know? But I don't know. As long as nothing happens, it'll be a fun chat.
Oh yeah.
We'll all be freaking out, and you know, I can't load any more magazines. I only have two unloaded.
Who owns that new building?
Same people that own the old one.
Is that an entity called the Port Authority or some shit like that?
Yeah, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. And well, no, somebody actually owns the property, right? Now I'm not sure who, but they rent it all directly to that. It's part of the agreement that it belongs to the Port Authority. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They own it, but the Port Authority has exclusive usage of it and gets all the rent from it and blah, 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 whatever.
Money, money, money.
Yeah, ways to keep the rich rich.
Anybody see the video lately where, just off subject here a little bit, but cop took the guy's video camera away because he was because he called it withhold. That's evidence, and you're withholding evidence.
Yeah, I posted that just a little while ago.
Oh, that's right. That was what a bunch of bullshit.
He was standing in his garage. I was showing. I mean, if you watch the whole thing, it's kind of boring because he's standing in his garage.
Right.
You know? And he's just got his camera phone out. He's watching the cops down the fucking street. Nothing's really going on. It's not like, you know, they're fucking shooting at people or whatever.
Right.
You know, he's just, and you can't even see the cops real good. You know, it's a fucking camera phone.
Right.
You know? And then that other cop rolls up from behind and fucking arrests him. Because he won't turn over his phone.
Wow.
Did he actually arrest him though? Because it looked like he told him is either you give me the phone or you get arrested. And then it, you know, it ended.
Well, he said the last few words were, "No, I'm not giving you my phone." And they said, "Okay, I'm going to arrest you." And then the picture goes off. And the fact that we get to see it on YouTube means this guy's going to get paid.
How do you stream live like that to YouTube? There's got to be a phone, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it does. And there's certain apps, and some phones these days allow you to do that. You can film and upload directly to YouTube, or there's a couple that, you know, these sites for dealing with cops that will allow you to live stream to a cloud or something, some kind of cloud memory.
And then yank it later and put it on someplace else.
Yeah. Because, I mean, look at it. After all the stuff that you've seen, you know, and you know that his department's giving him a memo telling him people can film whenever the fuck they want because it's costing these departments millions for doing the shit that this guy did today or yesterday. You know,
how did they know he was even filming, you know?
Somebody saw him. One of the cops down the street saw him.
And they didn't have the balls to come down there and confront him himself.
Right, so they told the guy that was coming in, right, to join them because, you know, cops are a gang and they never show up. It's not usually just one.
Right.
Right? It's usually they call their crew and their crew show up, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they just called their crew and they told the one that was coming down that way, stop at that house right there. And then when he did, he rolled up this house. Yeah. Okay, we want that guy's phone. Call it evidence. And they know they can't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They know if they really want evidence, they ask for it and you give it to them. Right? Because that's on your phone. And hopefully that dude was smart enough to instantly lock up his phone. Because they're not even allowed to look in your phone now without a warrant.
Of course not.
The Supreme just came down on that shit like last month. You know, that they can't be going searching your fucking cell phones without a warrant.
They're just picking at straws, man, trying to get away with whatever they can.
Well, that's the thing. And you know what? It's always...
They get away with whatever they want. They're the
you
law.
can always tell when they're doing evil shit because they got to get away with something. Right?
Well, they're not the law. Yeah, I disagree. They are not the fucking law.
Well,
They
think
are
they're
a
above the law.
person just like you and me.
Of course,
They are
of
just,
course.
You know, I mean, you know what I mean.
I know what you
The
mean,
law
but they
is written on
think
paper.
they're above the law, JoJo, is what I meant. Sorry.
Well,
Now, if they were fucking smart when they're doing half their dastardly shit, they would go about it boldly like they're supposed to be doing it, right? Because then nobody thinks twice about it. It's once they start collecting phones and looking all shady that everybody whips out their phone. Oh, they're doing some dastardly evil shit. What are they doing?
Right.
You know, nobody comes up to a cop when they're just strolling down the street, fucking whips out their phone on them and follows them.
Right.
You know, they have to be doing something, and then they look like they're doing something wrong. And if you want to collect the phone off of somebody, if you want to collect whatever they're videotaping, you're doing something wrong. Because you're trying to hide evidence, not collect evidence. What's up, Chad?
Hey, guys.
Man, it's about 20, 23 invites. He comes in.
Oh, man, I was listening a little bit, but I was busy weighing some stuff.
No worries, brother. What's happening?
Interesting days.
Very interesting.
You guys talking about Y2K, I haven't thought about that before.
You broke up, Chad.
Yeah, remember, everybody went nuts for this, right? Big fizzle.
Yeah, I know I told that story before, but it's so kind of funny. On the Y2K New Year's Eve night, somebody was at a house party, and right at midnight they switched the breaker box off. And everybody started freaking out, like, "Oh my God, Y2K!" And then about 20 minutes later, somebody was just looking out the window and says, "Hey, how come the neighbors have lights?"
I guess everybody has an echo. I remember it was probably 98. I started hearing, or whenever it was, that people started talking about it and how it was going to affect computers. And there was all this debate. I remember I was driving when I first heard it on AM radio.
Someone's got a background feed real bad.
Everybody has an echo.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Trivia.
I'm sorry, Chad. I just thought someone had the chat in the background, but bad echo.
Everyone has an echo.
Gotcha. Sorry,
Not
Justin.
me. I don't hear any echo from anybody.
Yeah, the only one I hear from is you, Chad. But let me do a quick hi out there to Sonora Desert Prepper, to Mike Newswinder. And
What's up, Mike?
comment, I think, let me see, I think it's, somebody, Hijinks brought up a thing about how recently NYPD graffiti in New York City calling out cop murderers and, showing their faces or whatever with their names is being called crime. And then I shared, who was it? J-Man Prepper shared a video today of some fucking congressman trying to fight this whole changing the meaning of the First Amendment to only mean, when they talk about freedom of the press, they want it to only mean credentialed corporate press, not everybody. Right? They want to change the meaning of freedom of speech, and he was talking on it. And it's the same thing, I mean, like them trying to call that graffiti a hate crime where you're pointing out, right, the flaws of the system. Right, so you can't talk against they're trying to make it so you can't speak out against your masters anymore.
Of course.
This whole First Amendment push and the shit like going down in New York City, right? New York City is one of those test grounds. All the evil shit that's being bestowed upon the country is either started in New York, Chicago, or California. Right? They start trying out these plans, and when they find the ones that work, they try and implement them all over the rest of the country. And Massachusetts. I mean, when you look at Romney Care became Obamacare, and it all sucks air.
Isn't that funny? You're talking about Romney Care, the Massachusetts healthcare system. Well, it just went national, so it didn't really matter which president got elected.
Yeah. Really. And think about it. I mean, Romney's position on guns has been trying to be pushed all across the country too, right? Massachusetts under Romney became an anti-gun state when at one time it was a very pro-Second Amendment state. But under Romney, passing some of his draconian laws, made it even worse, and it's just gotten worse and worse. They just had a fucking law passed there where another fucked up anti-Second Amendment law in Massachusetts. We're like the fucking. They passed the one where the sheriffs and the police chiefs of an area can decide whether you can even have a long gun anymore. Any gun. They get to pick and choose who gets one. So everything shall issue in Massachusetts now.
All about the gun control.
Yeah, I went to a Romney event wearing this shirt. I don't know what anybody thought about that. That's Governor Tommy Thompson from Wisconsin standing next week.
That's what it's all about. They just want control, control, control. They'll tell you what you can have. They will tell you.
Well, it's good, sort of good news, I guess, out of this county here in Iowa. But that McKinsey guy, his family all got busted, growing pot, and he's using it for medicine to treat cancer. And of course, they couldn't tell the jury about his medical use of the marijuana, so of course the jury convicted him. So he was sentenced today, but he could have gotten 3 to 15 years in prison. But they gave him probation, so I'm hoping the conditions of the probation will allow him to move to Oregon where he can get medicine. So.
Yeah, right. 3 to 5 years. Wow.
Well, he's a repeat offender. He had a previous one with growing pot and mushrooms, and so it's like the third time. So they're gonna, could throw the book at him if they wanted to. But.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got the medical marijuana thing coming online with Illinois. That's thing with Illinois. It sounds like it's just big business, big boss, bullshit like everything else in Illinois. So. A bunch of money.
Well, I'm surprised. Well, I know Denver. That's legal, correct? In Denver, they say you can just go buy it, but I'm sure you have to have a card, just like DC. You have to have a card. California.
Illinois, real strict and very professional. Like the requirements of they have to perform to build the facilities and create the dispensaries, and a lot of hoops to jump through.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they have it anyway. It's going to put pressure on Iowa to do something.
Yeah, you just don't want anyone going in there and grabbing whatever they want. Everyone be baked.
The city of Rock Island, there's 2 proposals. The city said they don't, sell the land or provide it or whatever, lease it or whatever to. There are 2 different companies that are trying to get permits. So Rock Island, they're like saying, hey, these jobs might be 150 jobs in a couple of years.
Well, that's what they're looking at around here. They just approved the marijuana farm here, not far from our dump, over by the local shooting range. Well, and there's going to be all kinds of cameras and all kinds of security, right? But it's going to grow medical marijuana for our county in Illinois.
So it's interesting, all these different models. I mean, you got the Illinois is going to be this big business, type bullshit, and then you got all the ones, Colorado's different than Washington, so there'll be a couple more states here before too long, and we'll see how it all hashes out. But we don't want big corporations fucking running the fucking show, though.
Well, here's the thing. You know as well as I do. The family farm has been basically plowed under. For the most part, even the family farms are renting out their crop yields and shit to corporations, right? So corporations are going to have to get involved, and hopefully they start being, hopefully they get more involved in the hemp production than in the cannabis production. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of hemp, there's a guest on Coast to Coast AM a couple of nights ago. He has a new movie called Pump or something like that, or Pump the Movie. It's about the current status of the energy, motor fuel industry and all that kind of shit. But he said that Henry Ford was actually He was producing 25% of the motor fuel market back in his day with ethanol. And Rockefeller didn't, of course, couldn't afford losing 25% of the market to a competitor. So that's where alcohol prohibition came from. And it wasn't about drinking, because they prohibited the manufacture and transportation, but not the consumption or whatever.
Well, it all came into a happy medium there, believe it. It wasn't just about one or the other. But you can look at the same with the hemp production, right? Henry Ford, for his first cars were built with hemp, right? And he made the plastics out of hemp. He made a lot of he used hemp fiber in a lot of it, and you can look it up, okay? So, believe me, they understood what they were prohibiting, right? And why? Because the DuPont family wanted the plastics, right? Standard Oil wanted all the petroleum products, right? Most of them which you can make from hemp seed derivatives, and more.
All big business.
Yeah.
Playing dirty. So I'm afraid, hopefully, they don't fuck up what freedom we get with the marijuana changes the marijuana laws. That they just don't come in and totally fuck us over,
Oh, they will, dude. They're gonna end up. Okay, they're gonna end up selling it like cigarettes and regulating it like booze, right?
Well, okay, well, they don't prohibit me from growing some, if like I'm not running a, like people do with the home wine and beer and that kind of shit,
Right. Well, I imagine, you're always going to be able to, you can grow your own now, right? You just have to deal with the ramifications of it, so. I'm sure there's going to be something, you're going to be able to grow it when it finally goes, but it's going to go legal because the tobacco companies need another way to make fucking money, right? And they're going to be able to call it government regulation like they do with the cigarettes and the Class A bullshit on the tobacco, whatever, blah, 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 right? The government's going to be able to regulate it easier and bigger, right? And the corporations, the fat cats, are going to get fatter, so it's all good for them. That's what we're going to end up. We're not going to end up. It's not going to stay like the Colorado model and the California, medical marijuana model. No. You're going to end up if you're a pot smoker, you're going to end up buying a pack of fucking Camels with a pot leaf on it.
And another concern was, how creative the cannabis market is with their artwork and everything, that we can't have all this crazy advertising to go around and promoting these various products. It has to be all bland and generic like cigarettes.
Right. And there's always going to be custom shops, specialty shops, different ways of doing it. But once it becomes commercialized, then it's going to be for all of them.
Yeah, also that guest on Coast to Coast AM mentioned about going to the National Archives, and he wanted to find Henry Ford's patent for hemp-related type products. There's the car body parts and shit. For some reason, in the archive, that one page seems to be missing, and the archivist said that's never happened before. They've actually lost the document.
Yeah, well, that's called redacted. But redacted back in the day when fucking Hearst and DuPont wanted it redacted. Not like now when it's the people in power now redact shit.
There's people that do this stuff called remote viewing. I'd like to ask them, well, can't they review redacted documents and see what they look like before they block them out? Chad looked like he had a good time a few days ago at the range.
Right?
Chad was messing, shooting car windows, shooting out of cars.
Got some shooting done.
He was getting it done.
Yeah, you know what? America Died brings up. Sorry, G.
No,
I was just reading the comments. America Died brings up a point that almost happened here in Illinois. Get a pot card and lose your rights to own a gun. Now, when they were putting in this legislation, right, they have to then put in the regulation afterwards, right? Once the law passes, then they have to put in the regulations. And they were going to try and put in a stipulation to the law about how if you apply for your medical marijuana license, you then give up your FOID card.
Yep.
Well, you don't have to. But here's the thing. If you're going to buy a gun and you're a pothead, you have to lie on your 4073, right? Is that what it's called? Whatever that form is that you have to put into the ATF. You know? Because it's going to ask you if you're addicted to an illegal drug, and federally it's still illegal. Even if they legalize it for medical use in your state, it's still illegal federally, is the way they're playing it for right now. That's why they're able to go bust, medical marijuana growers and distributors in California and in Colorado and in Washington State and wherever else. They've been able to bust those places whenever they feel like it. They only enforce the law when they feel like it.
Sure.
But the federal government, will eventually come around, or who knows, maybe fucking Obama will sign an executive order legalizing it, and then sneakily sign the next executive order to let all the illegals in.
Never know.
And we'll amnesty.
Never know with his ass.
I'm telling you. And that's killed me off of most of the presidents since the fucking, especially with the, starting with Clinton. But even, Jimmy Carter almost legalized it back in the day, right? Till I think it was his chief of staff got busted with cocaine by the Republicans, and it splashed all over fucking Washington Post. He was real close to decriminalizing drugs.
Fucking Marion Barry, boy. Huh.
And then Reagan came in, and of course, he hated drugs, right? Drug war, pump. And during that whole time, the CIA was bringing in cocaine.
Game just continues.
It really does, man. And then we have the past 3 presidents have admitted doing drugs. And not just smoking weed. Fucking Clinton was like, I didn't inhale the first time, Every time since, though, and fucking Bush, come on. He got saved, so he got to skip talking about his cocaine madness in the 70s and 80s. When he fucking almost killed somebody, crashing a car, DUIs, getting busted with coke, all that shit. And now this clown, he's fucking written a book on, showing pictures of him fucking smoking weed and doing cocaine. And hanging out with his faggy friends.
Shit, Marion Barry used to do that shit. People loved him down here.
Oh, I'm telling
People
you.
loved Marion Barry. I'm telling you. They loved him.
Marion Barry got caught. Remember they did that? They busted him smoking crack.
Yeah. 2 times. They don't give a fuck, and they still they still voted for him.
I know.
They don't care. They love Marion Barry.
Oh my God.
The shit that makes you say,
and Barry came out and said he loved crack.
Yeah, I love me some crack. He was honest.
Yeah, he was. And that's why I can laugh and respect it, because he was honest.
Right.
Like, fuck you, I'm doing crack cocaine, big deal.
Yep.
Everybody else doing it in my fucking city, especially then.
I'm still getting my job done. Shit's a trip.
It is.
Nation's capital, baby. Nothing like it.
The whole system's broke. My bet still we're not making it to November 5th or the first Tuesday in November 2016.
What do you mean when you say we're not going to make it?
I'm saying some shit's going to go down. Martial law, fucking revolution, civil war, meteor strike, pestilence. I don't give a fuck what.
Yellowstone.
I hear you.
It don't matter. Pick from whatever the drop-down menu says of apocalypse. Just pick one. Choose one. I don't see us going all that far, man. At least not without something going absolutely crazy, at least in this country, because we're doing worse than we were doing in the Depression. and they've been calling it a recovery, but it turns out America isn't recovering. The 1% has gotten richer, right? Most of the jobs that have happened in the new recovery have been either part-time or they've gone to the new immigrant population who are willing to work doing fucking $20 an hour jobs for minimum wage. You know, I've never heard of a welder getting minimum wage before until I seen it on a job site. You know, so...
Do a quick shout out, 420 Homestead, what's going on? American died 1913. Sorry, I can't read that one. Son of the Republic. Then Hinks Jinx. Never heard of that one.
Hi Jinx. Hi Jinx. Jinx hi.
Hi Jinx. Jinx hi. 10-4.
He says he's a new guy. He's been coming here since Bundy. And he likes hanging out when he can.
Hey, thanks for coming out, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Always.
And he's put some good information on there.
No doubt. No doubt. Why you think Obama is speaking tomorrow? Why? Probably to tell us about slavery.
No, supposedly he's going to outlaw. He's going to talk about being able to do his own thing against the fucking ISIS, right? And then he's going to talk. He's probably going to talk about delaying the fucking executive signature thing, right? Whatever that, signing an executive order on immigration until after the election. Well, he probably won't talk about that because he already mentioned it. And he's getting a lot of blowback. The Republicans are laughing at him, and the Democrats are all getting pissy and moany, saying you should have done it anyway. And I agree, do it, so that way you can all get voted out of office. Hey, what's up, 10-round Patriot? 10 rounds out there.
Oh, I sent him a link too. I send everyone a link. I can't.
Of course. Bartenders know how to get in if they really want to. So.
Exactly. They don't need links. That's what I told them. Bartenders don't need links to get in.
Hey, has anybody been catching some of the stuff from Vice has been showing what's going on in Ukraine?
A little bit the other day. I saw what was it? What was this? What happened? Like a sandbag or something? Some type of missile?
They're still continuing watching the war there, and there's a ceasefire. The only reason why I brought it up was because one of the guys there had a burp gun. I thought that's so.
Really?
Yeah, from the World War II. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow! Yeah, hell yeah.
Then,
that's cool as shit.
I saw that. I was like, yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Now end your war so you can send us them all back over here as surplus. Help your economy grow.
Stimulate the economy, baby.
Stimulate the economy. And for all of those who aren't awake or just waking up and haven't been preparing, I'm going to keep admonishing people, buy firearms. Ammo prices have gone up a little bit, but firearms are still very, very reasonable right now. You know, there is some crazy good deals out there that I'm not seeing that are sticking around for a minute or two. You know?
And don't buy it, stick it in the closet and get cobwebs on it. Use that shit. Train with it.
Well, train with one, let the other one get cobwebs. You know? Well,
learn how to operate your weapon.
Right now, there's ARs are on sale and have been now for a week. I didn't mention it because I'm not an AR guy, but over at Bud's Guns, they're selling blemished Adams Arms piston uppers, the whole gun, the whole AR-15 type of weapon, M4 type, but it's a piston for $600.
Wow.
Yeah.
Built by Adams Arms. Right?
Ready to shoot,
They built the gas system, they built this whole gun.
Wow.
So you're buying the whole firearm.
A brand new AR-15, huh? Ready to shoot.
Yep. Ready to shoot. Piston AR-15 ready to shoot for $600.
Shit. And how much ammo for that thing?
Well, it's AR ammo, so it ranges anything from $10 a box on up.
Well, I mean, like, what is it, 75 cents a round?
Yeah,
I
something
mean,
like that.
a case of
It can be
fucking.
less. It can be less if you go for cheaper ammo, but it's a piston upper, so
Right.
it shouldn't shoot anything. Right? It's rated for 5.56, so you can shoot 223 or 5.56 out of it. Right?
You're talking about $400 a case, Joe.
Yeah, 40 cents
How
around
many-
or something.
You can even find
A little
cheaper
bit
than that.
more.
How many
Yeah.
rounds is that?
It's 500 rounds.
Okay.
And like Mio said, you could find a little bit cheaper. Like you can find what do you
I
call
saw
it?
that Wolf Elite ammo, the Wolf Brass,
Right.
was going for $350, 1,000
Yeah.
round case.
Wow. Damn. Oof. Wow. That's a steal. $350 for 1,000.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
but
good.
it's not like it's not like green tipped and shit. It's just
Right,
fucking-
right.
But it's brass cased, and if you reload, you can reload whatever the hell you want.
Hey, it's shootable.
Yeah, but like I said, ammo's gone up a little bit over the summer because they had such good deals there for a while. I mean, when you were able to get fucking AK ammo for under $200 a case, or right around 200 for 1,000 rounds,
Damn. Yeah, that would be.
That's good. That's good.
today's prices, that's real good.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the first time I bought a case of ammo, I bought a case of AK ammo. It was actually like 1,400 rounds because they came in spam cans. But that was back in the day, right, when I bought this SKS to fuck around with. And that was $75 for fucking 1,400 rounds. And I ended up leaving it at some chick's house with a gun.
Damn.
So, back in the day, my friend. What's up, Chris?
What's up, gentlemen?
Wait,
There he is. There he is.
How you doing?
I
What's
gotta
going on,
I
see?
gotta turn my computer to get in, or my computer on to get in. So
Yeah, I must have sent the link out maybe about 345 times, so I don't know. I mean, I must have sent the link out to you. But then again, you don't need a link, brother.
I know. Once Mill said that, I turned the computer on. So I said, "All right, that's my cue."
How you been, brother?
Good, just working my ass off lately.
That's good, man.
Yeah, working my ass off. Been getting up real early. I don't got to get up early tomorrow, so I've been starting work at 4 every day, and I don't have to start at 4 tomorrow. So
Damn.
Hey, you need to save your money so you can go put a bid in for the fucking automated doors they're going to need for fucking Tesla, right?
I'd have to. I probably wouldn't
Then
win
you,
that.
then you move the fuck out of California and move over to a free state next door. You can still visit your family,
That would
right?
be awesome.
but
Like
then
going to
you're
Arizona?
you're out of the commie state of California.
That would be awesome. That's for damn.
I'm going to go check out Arizona, see?
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to go check out. I've always wanted to go. So when I go to Cali, my Cali trip, I'm going to stop over in Arizona and check her out.
Well, just be ready to. You know what? Actually, it's starting to cool down. So
Oh, yeah.
I get pretty much Arizona temperatures, so
Yeah,
it's been cooling down recently. It's beautiful. I love it.
it's nice. When's the
How's
last
it-
time you went shooting?
Oh, dude, I haven't been shooting recently. I don't pay to shoot. I shoot on BLM land, and during fire seasons, you can't shoot on BLM land.
Hey, Chris, I know you've been busy and whatever, so I'm sure you haven't seen it, but Aries Arms is putting out a new 5.56 rifle that is compliant for you guys in California.
Oh, Aries. That's
Aries, yeah.
they're separate entities.
Okay, whatever. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, it takes an AR upper.
Well, it's different than an AR upper. I was checking that shit out. It's actually kind of cool.
It's the lower. It's the lower that's different.
Well, the upper is the bolt in the way does the recoil is different in the upper, right? The upper is a little different. You can't take a mil-spec one, but you got to use their bolt carrier, right? Why? Because it acts like that. You know the Chris system?
Yeah, it goes down and in like.
Yeah, it goes down and into the stock.
I know. I was looking on that thing. And I thought that thing's pretty bitchin'.
And you can put an AR upper on it.
Mm-hmm. I could swap my upper out to it.
Yeah, you just have to change that bolt carrier.
Yeah, you just gotta swap out the bolt carrier. Yeah, I seen that thing, Neil. Like as soon as it came out, it was all over the Calgun forums, and I thought, yeah, that thing's pretty. I thought to myself, man, that thing's pretty bitchin'. But I already have an AR-15, so.
I'm gonna go hit the head. I'll be right back, fellas.
Yeah.
But I mean, not being an AR guy, right? Yeah, but see now that's weird. This is where I'm weird. I like the way the Saigas look unconverted, right? I liked the Norinco Hunter AKs. I like the old school look of a rifle kind of thing sometimes. You know, doesn't have to have the pistol grip. I like the look of that one.
It doesn't. I prefer my shotguns without pistol grips.
Me too. Me too. And I am definitely more comfortable in. I love my AK, right? Don't get me wrong, but I like the way an SKS feels better. I like the way an M14 and M1 Garand and M1 carbine. I like the way an old school rifle feels better than I like the way a pistol gripped rifle feels.
It feels a lot smoother to the hand and to the face than a standard pistol grip. But when you go to do fast turning, that pistol grip comes in real handy. So they both got their purposes, and I really like that Ares arm. Not Ares Armory, it's Ares something, Core something or something like that, and that thing is bitchin'.
Yeah, I was looking at that thing. I was like, wow, because I actually like those kind of. I like those kind of things.
50 state compliant, man. You cannot beat that.
Yeah. And still be able to throw a 30-round magazine in it, and you guys wouldn't even need the bullet button because there's no features.
Nope. No bullet button needed. Yep. No 30-round magazine, but no bullet button needed.
Right. Yeah. So you guys would have to keep the 10-rounders, huh?
Yeah, we're limited on 10 rounds unless it's like a tube-fed magazine for like your old lever-action rifles or.
And the Marlin Model 60 kind of stuff, and
yeah, Marlin Model 60s exactly. They hold what, 16 or something like that.
You know the Mexicans are making a copy of that, and it's pricing under $200.
No way. What is it?
Yeah, I don't even know what it's called. I think CBNN has it, or maybe Centerfire.
You know all the deals, don't you?
Oh yeah, buddy. Come on now.
Yeah. I've been like I said, I think I'm gonna save up and get a PAP.
Oh man, I tell you what.
If I can get one before December 21st, I can have a legal one. So
I modified that. I modified a cheap Chinese aluminum foregrip. You know the tactical ones that you can stick everything on.
The UTGs or what?
Yeah, the UTG type. And because I'm going to use it when I get like Reb did. Him and we talked about it forever. When I get another Ultimac, that's the kind of rail I like to use. I mod it to use the Ultimac because it's cheap, right? But I put one on the PAP. Fucking awesome.
Man, I bet. Those PAPs are so bitchin', like.
They're so compact, dude. That's the beauty of them. That's where they shine, is the compactness.
I know. Just seeing them, they're so cool looking. Like, man, that's a cool gun.
And they shoot nice, and it's the compactness of it, man. It's so small that you can take it anywhere, put it anywhere, and you don't even notice it. Shit. When I stand it up on its fucking on its folding stock, I could throw a lampshade on it, and nobody would know. You know that there's a fully loaded fucking 30 rounds of pistol right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want. If I can, like I said, they're about $700 in California for the PAP to get them single action.
Right.
And then I'd have to fix it, which is probably going to cost me not too much money because I'd do it myself.
Right.
So I figure I'd be about $800 into the gun, and then I don't know how much that buttstock you guys have, but I want to do it like Reb did.
120, yeah, same way, yeah. Well, the easy way is to do it the way I did it with the 121, because you get the mounting bracket with the buttstock.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
The way he did it, you end up buying you're putting it all together yourself, and it ends up costing like $100 more. So.
Yeah, but I want that little bit extra, the length, because I
was able to get that length to pull out of it. I got Gorilla Arms too, and add the folding stock to it. Like I said, him and I, we designed that long before we started putting parts on the gun. Just bored and bullshitting. So
yeah, I don't know how legal the folding stock would be, so I don't know if I'd go with that.
Well, and then, or you can do like I did. That's where I put my sling mount, right? I extended the length of pull and put my sling mount on the end of it so it couldn't push forward. And that's the other way to do it. And it's legal as long as you don't fuck with the arm brace. Right? You can't screw with the arm brace at all.
Yeah, well, I figure I was thinking of adding, if I do get it, I'll probably drill out the side of the damn back of the gun, and then just add my own sling mount right there.
Oh, there's enough little cheap add-ons, dude, that you wouldn't even have to do that. It's real quick, easy, and they can actually be a helpful part, like I said, by stopping because it's not actually connected. The brace is not actually connected to the tube by anything other than pressure, right? The pressure of the foam rubber keeps it connected to the tube, to the buffer tube, right? And the way to stop it from creeping forward, if you pull it back a little bit for length of pull, is to put something there. And a sling mount is a good place. That's a good place to use a sling mount to both purposes. It stops it from moving forward, and you have a sling mount.
Now, are you just running a standard AR buffer tube?
No, because when you buy the SB47, right, it comes with the bracket and a hollow buffer tube. It's a standard size, mil-spec sized, right, but it's hollow, and it's got no end cap to it. And it all comes with the bracket, the mounting bracket, and the brace itself, all in one unit, for the same price as the SB15 brace itself, right? Because that one you just push onto your buffer tube. Whereas with the AK, they had to sell you the whole bracket and the arm brace for it to work. So you get a little more with and the funny thing is the SB47 brace fits. If you buy only the SB47, you can use it on either an AR or an AK pistol.
Yeah, I don't know. If I can save up that much money, because I got my anniversary coming up in October, and I'm hoping I can do it. I'm hoping to have some really good months where I get a bunch of extra cash, and I can just go out and say, bam!
I'll tell you what, you get a PAP pistol, and I'll be the first one to give you a 10-round magazine. I got one, and I'll send it out to you.
Nice.
You get a PAP pistol, I'll get you a 10-round mag.
I want one, Neil. I mean, I'm planning on it. The wife knows I want one. I talked to her about it for the last few days, and my birthday's coming up, and I'm like, babe, you gotta let me buy this thing.
Right?
That 10-round mag will need to take a detour past Rebel Solutions for a little decoration on the way.
Nice. Yeah, I've been working my ass off recently. Getting up early, man. It's not as easy as it once was.
And here you go, Chris. I'm even going to turn my camera on so you can see what it'll look like with a 10-round magazine.
Anticipation.
Emil Buzz is showing
There you go. How's it look? Can you see it? Oh, wait. No, the other thing turned on. Hold on. Damn settings. There we go.
You know, that doesn't look nearly as bad as I thought it would.
No, it looks actually, I'm actually liking it, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about picking up another 10 round and maybe a 20 round, see how the 20 round looks. You know, but the 10 round looks pretty fucking good in there.
Yeah, it does look good in there. And your beard is starting to come in nice and solid looking, Meal.
Oh, what a suck up. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, because before it was all goatee, and now it's like...
Yeah, you know, you have to trim the bush every once in a while for it to grow good. You know?
Fertilizer.
And hey, this is what I was talking about, Christo. See how the sling mount here? Here's the tube, right? And it's aluminum. And I just moved the stock back a little bit, the arm brace a little bit, and clamped in the sling mount, and that keeps it from being pushed all the way up front.
Man, that's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah, you see, it's got a flashlight, got my little red dot on there. This is the go-to gun. Now Katie's getting a break.
Man, that's pretty bitchin', Mill. I'm not gonna lie to you. It makes me want one even more, especially now that I know I can get one. You know?
As long as you do it before December, right?
December 21st is the last day I can purchase it.
He'll take out a mortgage, buy a whole case of them.
Right?
Yeah, didn't mind, Jim. I don't know anybody anything.
Might be worth getting a credit card for, though, huh? At least a corporate card, right? Get one for the business. Buy it on the business.
Oh, the business has cards, but I can't. I'm not going to red flag our business like, the fuck? I can only see our tax guy saying, you bought a gun?
Oh,
no, your lawyer and say you want to start a trust with the business for guns. You're thinking about becoming an FFL dealer, too, so expanding your horizons.
That would require me getting a lawyer.
Yeah, that new law, does that just prohibits importation, or does it restrict transfer of existing stuff?
No, so what it does is they ban single shot exemption, okay? So I can get any gun that's, as long as it's not 50 caliber. I can get any gun as long as when you pull the trigger, it doesn't reload another round, or it doesn't. Basically, it's like, you know, a single shot.
Bolt action.
Well, yeah, it's like a single shot bolt action, or like a single shot revolver, where you have to pull the hammer back to get it to cycle in the next round. And it's called the single shot exemption because it's considered just a single shot gun. And you can buy most guns, like FN 5.7s, you can get those with single shot exemption. But they passed a law saying, okay, we're banning all single shot exemption. So at the beginning of next year, it's no longer legal. So you have to get it on the 21st or before, because it takes 10 days to get your gun.
So once you own it, can you transfer it, or you got to do it out of state?
I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
But they say it's an investment. If you can still have the ability to transfer, then that's like you buy a bunch of them, and then about a year, everybody might still be wanting them, and you sell them off as an investment. But
yeah, that could be true, but I'd also hate to buy a bunch and then turn around and nobody wants them. I was the only guy.
Yeah, risky business.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Guns aren't really a risky business. I mean, look at it right now. If you're a small gun guy, right, and you're only buying for an investment, say you did pick up a case of, say, SKSs, right? Once the next gun thing goes bad and everybody gets crazy again, and it runs in cycles, you'd be able to make your money back, you know, really fast.
Yeah, hand over fist.
Yeah. So, but you wouldn't have to sit on inventory for a little while. Oh, there he is. Geez, back.
Hey, Neil, what did that cost you? Your actual PAP?
The PAP itself was under $450. It was like $435 after I did everything. and I caught it. I got just lucky, right? So total in it, there's 700 total in it, and that includes sling and the new quad rail.
Man, I'd be 700 just in the PAP.
Hey, gee, I wanted to show you something. I meant to before, but I forgot I had them on. But G had sent me a holster, and now I get to use both of them. Can you see that?
Man, G's quite a nice guy, sending everybody gifts.
Can you guys see that, though?
Yeah, I tried sending you one, but you didn't come back to me in time.
Yeah. Let's see. You'll whip both of those out and rip
So
it
now
up.
Now I plan on doing New York reloads, right?
Nice.
Yeah, I apologize. See, I just didn't know your last name.
Oh, I'm not worried about it, G.
I was at the post office and.
And the nice thing about that is both those 9s take the same magazines. So
Hey, what are those, Bill?
those are CZ75 clones.
Oh.
I'm a big CZ fan, so.
I shot CZ once, a CZ75.
CZs are good guns, man.
Yeah, I like them.
I wasn't impressed.
Happy you. More for me.
Oh, it shot
What
good.
you like about them, see?
Just, grip, trigger pull. And
Yeah,
That's what they were.
I'm not big. I'm not a big Glock guy because it doesn't fit my hand right.
I-
First time I grabbed a CZ, it reminded me of a 45 and a high power, and those are my 2 favorite guns.
yeah, I don't like the Glock grip either.
I love the Glock grip.
Or the trigger pull.
Love it.
That's why I went Smith & Wesson.
I'll be right back.
That's the good thing. That's why they have so many manufacturers, you know. Everyone's different. I don't know how people think SIGs are comfortable.
I shot an H&K a few months back.
Oh, they're nice.
I didn't think it was nice at all. I thought it was a real heavy trigger pull. It felt real gritty to me, and it felt real top heavy. Like the slide was too high or something.
Yeah, I can see that.
I've never shot a SIG. Shot plenty of Glocks. Shot plenty of Smith & Wessons. Shot plenty of Rugers. Haven't shot any FNHs.
Tell you what's really a nice shooting pistol is a Remington R1.
Never even heard of it.
I mean a Remington 1911.
Oh, all 1911s are good. I don't care what the brand it is.
You think so?
Yeah, they shoot awesome if you ask me.
Oh, they do. They do.
I like the way a 1911 feels in my hand.
Mm-hmm. They feel that beaver tail.
Yeah. That's why I like the CZs. Same thing. They got that nice high beaver tail. It comes nice to the web of my hand. I mean, the CZ's got a higher bore access, smaller slide, but it has that same feel. And I love 1911s. That's the first 1911s and high powers, Browning high powers.
Yeah, I love 1911s. I just can't afford the ones I want.
If and when I can afford a 1911, I'm going to buy the cheapest fucking one around because that's the way they're supposed to be.
Why don't you buy Rock Island Armories? I see those things for $3.99 all the time.
Because I don't have the cash. If I had the cash, I'd be buying more guns. So
$400 for a pistol is quite.
Yeah, you got to come up with the $400.
I'll be honest. Right now, Bud's Gun Shop is selling SAR K2s, which is a 45 caliber, 15 round CZ clone. I'd buy that before I'd buy a 1911.
What are those running?
I just said it. It's $400 cash, $420 on the credit or whatever. And they got a nice one, and the one with the polished slide is $100 more, 500.
I like, personally, in 1911s, I like them to be compact.
Like a Wilson Combat 1911 is my favorite.
Oh, those are so expensive.
See, I like the big. I like a gun to feel like a gun in my hand.
Me too.
I don't like small frame guns.
I don't know.
11s are nice too.
The smallest firearm I ever shot, and I didn't even like doing it, but I carried it for quite a while. Was a Smith & Wesson Airweight, right? The little 38 5-shots.
I've never seen it.
They were fucking small as fuck. You know, I mean, they got the job done when you're up close.
Yep.
But when I like a full size gun in my hand. I don't like shorties. And that's just me. Like, my wife she fired Katie, Fabrizio's wife's SIG little 380 she liked, you know. She liked shooting that. It was smaller. She likes that. You know, different folks for different guns for different folks, you know.
Yeah. I just don't know how a grown-ass man can shoot like 380s or like the shields and the gloves. I mean, I can't even fit. It's hard putting a pistol in my hand because nothing fits. It's got to be a Glock or, you know, Smith & Wessons are good.
FNs.
FNs are good. Yeah. CZs are good.
Yeah.
SIGs. I just can't, like you said, I can't carry or shoot a small pistol. It just doesn't work for me.
Right. I don't mind a compact slide like the
right.
Right. It's got a 3/8. It's got a 3.8-inch barrel or whatever, so it's smaller than a 4-inch. Right, but it carries it's got a full size pistol grip. Right.
I had a Springfield XTM. I had.
Yeah.
And like 19 in the clip.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm carrying now that I got both these holsters. Both guns have 20 rounds in them, so what more do I need?
No doubt.
20 rounds of hollow point Sting gave me. Nice little fucking personal defense hollow points.
Now those things aren't cheap.
No.
Especially the Hornady ammo. Those Hornady ammos like what, $40 for like 20?
Well, he got a great deal, but that's his deal. I'll let him tell the story on it. But yeah, when he came and visited, he brought me a box.
You see, this is the 1911s that I like.
Yeah. To me, that does not make... And I understand people liking them, and, you know, to each their own. But I like the 45 because it was the Glock of the day.
Yeah, that's too small for me. That 1911 right there, that's too small. I don't believe a 1911 should have a 3-inch barrel.
I don't believe a 1911 should cost $1,300.
Yeah.
That's cheap. That's cheap.
Fuck.
No, I'm with Joe on that.
Yeah, start looking at those Wilson Combats. You'll be...
The one I won, Joe's $3,900.
Yeah.
Ouch, son of a bitch.
Power to you, jeez.
The one I won, yeah. Wilson Combat, man.
I'm drooling over that $600 AR right now still.
Yeah, I'm looking at a knife.
Hey, Joe, don't overpay for an AR. I can build one right now for probably $419.
Do you guys think? Let me ask you this question for everyone and the panel, whoever's watching, listening, yada yada. What's the most money that you guys would spend on a knife?
A knife?
A knife.
Okay, I can tell you the most money I would spend because I bought one knife and I didn't even want to pay that price. $80.
Oh my God! I just bought one for $250. Jesus.
Yeah, I would not pay $50 for a knife.
I'd go $150, but it would have to be outstanding.
All right, let me show you all something, you guys. And I want to hear what Mule has to say, and Jim.
Well, the most I can tell you, I paid $100 for a knife once back in the day. It was a Gerber Mark I, right? The full tang Gerber knife, the dagger, and it was the original one. And man, I wish I still had that because now it's worth like $400. But the first
I figured $100 would be about the max for me to spend on one, but you never know.
That's about it. But the chat room's come alive. I mean, Stinger, he has a 45 13 plus one with the Glock. And yeah, I understand. I just don't like the Glock. But and then somebody else was talking about that 10-round Delta Elite. Yeah, there it is, Sons of the Republic. Yeah, I know. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to go up to Ipome's. I wanted to shoot his Smith & Wesson and the Delta Elite that was up there.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It's about a 10 mil. I want to.
What do you guys think?
I think the Delta Elite had issues where it couldn't tolerate the power of the 10 millimeter, so that's why they quit making them or something like that.
Do you guys see that knife on here right now? Do you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a bitchin' knife, G.
Well, this right here is my buddy Greg Medford. Greg Medford is out in Arizona, and he's my favorite knife maker. He's badass, man. He's a fucking cool dude. His name is Greg Medford. He puts out the sickest fucking knives in the world.
And how much does something like that run?
Let me get there. Let me get there. Let me get there. Because you're going to think I'm smoking crack tonight, see? But I'm not smoking anything yet. There's two knives that I want. I want the Praetorian, which is you're looking at right now.
Right.
And I want the Viper, which is a flipper. I'm not going to tell you the price. I'm just going to show you. Because if I tell you the price, you guys are going to tell me to go fuck myself.
I'm already going to tell you to go fuck yourself. You know that because they're like $200 each, ain't they?
No, Mule, they're $1,200.
Oh, you're fucking nuts. But you know what? Here's the deal, G.
Cars for less than that shit.
I sell cars for less
You can
money.
buy a damn car for the price of that.
Just wait a second.
But G, you know what?
All right. So it's $1,000. Actually, the base price of this one's $700. The base price on the other one I was looking at, the Praetorian TI, I think the base price is $1,200. And then the flipper, the one that I want, here's the Viper that I want. The Viper starts at $950.
Ouch.
And here's the Viper. The Viper's sick. Now, these blades are, of course, are treated and yada, 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 flame treated, rust treated. I mean, best steel you can get, but
Right. Handmade.
$400 I'm not going to buy. I admit.
Hey, G, at that price, does it come with the GPS tracking unit just in case I drop it?
Yeah,
Right.
where are they hiding the gold coins in those scales?
It's a sick knife, dude.
It is,
Yeah.
but
The guy must be sick, too, thinking people are going to pay those prices.
hey,
They are, dude. They are. He's selling, Chris, he's selling like 2,500 blades every 6 months.
If I was a millionaire, I wouldn't pay that much.
Go to Blade HQ. Blade HQ has his knives. Everyone has his knives. Blade HQ has almost $200,000 just in stock, just of his products.
I've never even heard of Blade HQ.
What? Wow.
If you look at it right here,
Are you serious?
it's a
Yeah,
quarter
that's it. You want to see what kind of knife I have?
Look at that.
So in the
Please look.
that you could get, and this thing almost dwarfs it. And it's the same
Look at those
profile,
blades,
basically
dude.
the same knife. This doesn't have the breaker back. And because it's a thicker blade, it's got a deeper thumb groove. But you can see they're basically the same knife.
See what that says?
This has got
That's great, man.
3/16 thick titanium.
Smith & Wesson. Border guard.
Really heavy duty badass knife. I mean, guys get this knife in their hand and they get like blood.
Next time you guys get time, go to Greg Medford or just YouTube Medford and Tool. And they're sick, dude. I've been wanting this guy's knife for a long time, but I can buy one of his blades, a Praetorian. I caught him for $600, which is not bad.
right. But I'm not blaming you for, you know what, if that's what you like. I mean, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a fucking AK, right? If I did, I'd buy an Arsenal, but I'm not going to. I'm going to buy the Wasser because they do the same thing. And I'm a cheap motherfucker.
I think the Wasser's better. I've never seen Wassers get jammed up like I've seen Arsenals.
Here, Chris. This is what's called Blade HQ. It's the biggest knife distributors in the galaxy. If you ever want to buy a knife, Chris, you go here. You go to Blade HQ.
Alexi.
Everyone knows about Blade HQ.
The only brand that I've ever heard of there is Kershaw.
Oh, that's okay. You never heard of Cold Steel?
Right, Cold Steel, Spyderco, Benchmade.
Cold Steel, Benchmade. Let me show you this, Chris.
You ever heard of Cutco?
Yeah.
I bought a couple of those once for my mom.
There you go. Let me show you this, Chris. This is right here what I'm about to show you. I'm going to show you two blades, Chris, that cost over $500. Let me just show you. Right here. This Benchmade that you see here. Can you see that or no? You need more light?
No, I can see that, G. It's got like a little butterfly or something on it.
Well, the butterfly is a Benchmade symbol. That's the logo. Did you see that fly out of there? You didn't even see that, did you? Watch how fast it goes, baby. Pay attention. Holy moly. It's right here.
Your video's delayed real slow.
I fucked my finger up last night, Chris, on these fucking knives.
Gee, did they put butterflies on those knives because they realized you were high on probably acid when you purchased it for $500+?
I never said this knife cost $500. I said I had two knives that were total of $500. This, my friend, is a zero tolerance. Have you ever heard of a zero tolerance?
My wife's got one.
Can I tell you this much? That second knife is good looking.
This knife right here, Stinger wants so bad. Hi, Stinger. You like Sting?
Hey, G, you know that show NCIS?
Yeah.
Okay, and Gibbs, the head, the boss, right? He carries a zero tolerance. He always tells everybody in the office, always carry a knife, right? But anyway, he uses his Tiger Stripe zero tolerance to cut his fucking steaks with.
Yeah. This right here, Chris, will fucking do so much damage to you, you have no idea. Knife wounds are worse than gun wounds.
Yeah.
If you ever know that, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Go ask your doctor next time you're at the doctor's, Chris. Ask him, say, sir, what's worse, a gun wound or a knife wound? You'll be surprised what you hear.
Well, if it's a very sharp knife, it'll be a very clean cut, which makes it easier to suture.
Yeah, that knife's got
a hollow point expands in your body and blows half of your liver out of the back of your.
Ask your doctor next time you go to the doctor's.
Blows half your liver out.
You'll be shocked with the answer you hear.
You see how that knife there has that curve in it, Chris? Or those curves? Mm-hmm. That's what makes it bad. Cuts one way going in and another way coming out. All you have to do is turn it 1 millimeter and it fucking slices.
Didn't you hear, you didn't hear Brian's story the other day, see, when he said he went to the doctor's because he got shot by a shotgun, and the doctor told him better a gun wound than a knife wound. Knife wounds, you don't last long with knife wounds, man. That's for sure. You get fucked up.
Well, like
was a blade in your ass.
Was it World War I or World War II where they had the enemy had a 3-sided bayonet and the Geneva Convention outlawed them because there's no way you sew that up?
Yeah, they make it basically impossible to suture.
Yeah.
Here's a Cold Steel for you, see?
Man, G, you've got some serious money put in knives, huh?
I got everything, bro. Whatever you need.
You got everything.
Cold Steel, baby. Yeah, I love my knives, man. I love my knives like my ARs and my Glocks. If I don't leave house with my knife, dude, I gotta go back home, dude. I feel naked without my blade in my pocket.
Do you see the Smith & Wesson knife?
Oh, I have one. Yeah,
I bet you the cut on this would hurt just as bad.
Oh, no joke. No.
This knife is so hefty.
Oh, I believe it. But this right here, Chris, you won't find another knife like this, brother. Zero tolerance.
Without a doubt, that is a good-looking knife. I love how it's two different each side.
This is the Ken Onion design, bro. This is no horror here, brother. The flipper design looks like a revolver.
Yeah, my wife's real touchy about hers, man. I don't even go near it.
Zero tolerance, man. They're the sharpest blades out the box. That's a chunky monkey right there, brother. Chunky monkey. 5-inch handle, 4-inch blade. She's nasty.
Yeah, like I said, I have a hard time justifying spending any serious money, at least, on a knife.
I'm with you, see. I can't. I mean, it was hard spending $240 for that, but here's a nice one. Nice little flipper.
Oh, that's a good-looking knife, too. That's a good-looking knife, too. Yeah, I want a Kershaw.
Yeah, Kershaw's nice. Got the little flipper.
Some of the Kershaws I found for $80. I thought to myself, that'd be nice to have one of those. Like I said, I spent $79.99 for this.
Well, bye-bye.
G, stop showing my knife, dude. Put that away. You know that's mine.
I told you he loves it.
Stinger came in just.
This is the best knife I ever owned.
Yeah, I found that on Amazon for $125 though.
Not this one. Not the 301. You did it.
Not the 301.
Not the 301.
I'll have to check.
No sir. No sir. No sir. No sir. No sir. Just bought this 3 days ago. I bought it 3 days ago on Amazon with my golden VIP member club for $230, and you will not find this knife less than $230. No sir. No sir.
Not a real one, at least, huh, G?
Not a real one. Not a real ZT301. Negative.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sting's on the hunt now.
I know he is.
Yeah, Stinger, I was just telling these guys that my wife's got one.
Hey, G, I'm not going to lie to you. All those knives you had are pretty impressive, but they're not nearly as impressive as that knife Sting has.
I don't know what knife. Oh, my God. Big boy. Look at that chunky.
Oh, yeah, the one I opened your package with?
Yeah, that thing was huge.
It's got a 7.5-inch blade, my brother. 7.5. And it is sharp as a friggin' razor. You could shave with that damn thing, too.
I thought to myself, now that's my kind of knife right there.
What the hell is with Chris's beard?
Yeah, Chris has kind of got an Amish thing going on.
You like that?
A 5.5-inch blade.
You like that? You know what, Sting? I think I'm going to go ahead and shave it down to the Amish just for you guys live on the show right now.
5.5-inch blade right here, bro.
There you go. There you go, G. I found one a little bit cheaper than what you said you bought yours for, but it's not a
How
lot.
much? Don't bullshit me. It's got to be a ZT301.
Check the link.
I will right now. Oh, Eve, of course. It's probably fucking used.
Ooh, dude, here's one that's $189.
Oh, you beat me by $29. You're right.
Right, here's one that's $189, but it's blemished, right? So that's,
okay. Now the one you're showing me, Sting, this is brand new.
looks like it.
For $200. It doesn't look brand new.
Hold on.
I mean, the guy's got it.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Used, unopened, undamaged, includes homemade items. See seller's listing, read more.
Sting, that's a good deal, dude, for $200. That's good.
Yeah. But the problem is with that is it's still $200. And here you are talking about $1,000 blades and shit. Dude, I'm having a hard time coming up with thinking about doing a $200 blade.
That's worth it, man.
Let's see that giant knife.
That's worth it.
Sting, go whip out that baby you have.
See, I never showed you my Kershaw.
No, I've never seen it, G. I didn't know you were this into knives, G.
Oh man, I love it.
Last meal again.
Well, that's because, they can't outlaw knives as well as guns, right? I mean, they try, but not the biggest thing.
I've always had a thing for knives, man. Just like my guns,
Check this knife out, G.
I just love knives.
Now
I know. He opened it for me.
That knife is more your size, brother.
No, I'm going to show you my Kershaw in a second. You'll like my Kershaw, see.
Look at the size of this knife, babe.
Yeah, I saw him cut himself with that once.
Put the unsharp end side to your face so people can get a size comparison. Freaking huge. Man, that's like a sharp too. Look at that.
Right? It's very, very sharp.
What's up, Neil? Look at that thing just shaving.
Mm-hmm.
He bought that for just in case bears try to attack him. He's got a bear knife. Like, what's up, bear?
Yeah, one time I was going to close it, right? It's got the button here to push, and I had it like this, and I hit the button, and it's very loose on the hinge. I almost chopped my finger off.
That's asking for a freaking losing a finger.
Yeah. Just my little pocket knife.
See that?
Being you're back in, and before I crash again, how's the rain been over there where you are? Because I know you live close to 2 water sources. I'm saying you guys ain't worried about flooding by you, right?
No, luckily in the city, well, not all of Mesa apparently, but where we live, we got good drainage. Some other drainage around in our same town didn't do too well, but we stayed. Yeah, no, but there's still got flooding in some places here in Mesa too. But yeah, no, we were nicely dry for the most part. We got a lot of rain though, for sure.
Cool. Well, because the wife was worried about you guys, because she knows Heidi works in the city and shit.
Right. We got Heidi over here saying, "I told you it rains here. It's just all at one time." We got like 6 inches in like a couple hours.
Right. You got 2 years worth of rain in a couple hours.
That's right. Yeah, we get it done and over with, man, and then we move on with the sunny days.
Yeah.
Luckily, my boss values my employee for now and told me to stay home.
Well, yeah, the highways were closed because oh man, that was bad. It was bad.
Because of the idiots.
No, the highway was closed because it flooded up where it was covering cars that had been in the highway.
I know how you feel. I live in a flood zone, so anytime we get any kind of rain,
we've never had that. I mean, we always get a little bit of flooding, but none of the highways has ever been shut down because they became a canal.
Oh yeah, we get that every year.
Well, and that's what happens to highways and roads is they become rivers and canals.
Right. Saw people going down the street in their canoes, for crying out loud.
Riverside has a street called 14th Street, and it's like where all of the city buildings are. All the city official buildings. The bridge to 14th Street, there's the train tracks go above it, was completely flooded, like 12 feet down.
Yep.
Freaking idiots drove their cars in there. It blew my mind. I was like, you guys are idiots. How'd you think you're going to get through that?
This happened during morning rush hour, and I-10 is one of the ones that got majorly flooded, and that thing always is bumper to bumper. And so these people had nowhere to go, and they're already going slow, and then this shit comes.
Right? Can you imagine the water rising like fucking, and you're feeling like Noah in your car? Like, oh, fuck.
They were telling the story on the news. This guy was like telling the story about how his car got flooded, and okay, so there's a police officer waving us through very slowly. So I figure it's safe to go through, and this semi truck comes going by faster than me on the other side of me, and
The weight just
flooded the car.
No, it just pushed it off. Like it's gone.
And it's gone. And that's, people don't understand how powerful a forest water is, especially if you don't deal with it a lot, right? You know, if you're in a place that floods a lot, you know not to drive through flooding water because, you know, 5 inches of water can take away a fucking Cadillac if it's moving fast enough. If it's
now we have the
water,
stupid motorist law, which is fun.
Mill, you got to put a PSA out where I live. I've pulled so many dumb people out of freaking water.
You know what? We're getting less and less of that here. I mean, with the highway, it was kind of unavoidable, but we get a lot less people trying to drive through that shit now because of the stupid motorist law that got passed, saying that if you go, that says basically if you decide to go through a street that is flooded, and you see that it's flooded, but you think you can make it, and you decide to go for it, you're stupid, and if we have to rescue you, you're going to have to pay for us rescuing your ass, not the taxpayer.
Well, that's the way it works in a lot of places anyway. But yeah, I don't blame him for passing that law. What's up, Reb?
What's happening?
What's up, Reb? Yeah, no, I've never had a problem. I've gone through some pretty deep stuff.
Yeah, but see, your vehicle's a little different, right?
Yeah, I take it in 4-wheel drive, so...
Yeah, you have 4-wheel drive, 4 low. It's a heavyweight. The way it's built to do that kind of shit. People in cars, they're riding on a sled that's 5 inches off the ground.
Yeah, I always see me and
8 inches of water.
Jeeps and I are always the guys who are going through the water, and you'll see cars behind us. Like, should we try it? And I say, don't do it, idiot. You don't got 4-wheel drive. Don't do it.
Well, that guy made it. I can make it.
Well, and even then, but even with 4-wheel drive, don't go up past 8 inches of water. You're going to get swept away, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Especially with them balloon tires that act like inner tubes on a river.
Monster truck tires.
What's up with Brother Reb? How you doing?
Compensating.
Was digging that knife porn.
That's what the Red came in for.
Thanks for coming through, bro.
Oh, you don't come in on the on me teasing Chris with the pap, right? But you come in on the knife porn.
Yeah.
See how you are.
What's up, Third? Come on in, Third. We see you out there.
9/11 chat on 9/11.
Hey, today's the 9th, huh? When is the 11th? What? A couple days?
Be Thursday.
9 p.m. Thursday night chat.
Are you having a chat, Neil?
Yeah, it's my normal night. That's the only night I do anymore.
Can I request an hour-long, what's that thing called when you fill for the people?
Substitution?
No. No. It's like
monologue.
Everyone has a quiet time for them.
And why don't you do that an hour before he starts up his own damn chat?
I'll do that. I'll get on the dragon.
An hour of silence.
An hour of silence for the 9/11.
Yeah, it will be silence if it's just you for an hour, for sure. It'd be the most crickets we've heard since HTTP was on.
Ouch. Ooh. Well, at least he didn't bring up all the chats you've been doing, Chris.
Right?
That is true. A lot of crickets in those chats.
Oh, hell yeah. Tony was ripping you a new one.
I know, I seen that freaking jerk the other day.
I missed it. What happened?
Oh, Tony was just calling Chris out. Bartender, don't be doing anything. Didn't take either of the days he said he was going to do.
Oh, yeah, he told me that. Yeah.
Chris is working, man, all right?
That's, you know what, I just had to laugh, Chris.
I know, I laughed too when I was listening to him. I was like, this freaking jerk.
Well, we all rip each other apart when we fuck up, or we don't do something. So don't worry about it.
Tony stuck the knife in, and then he started twisting like.
Well, at least it wasn't a $1,200 knife. Then it really would have hurt.
Seriously,
Right.
that'd have hurt me and him.
That for $1,200, it better be like a little mini pocket lightsaber.
I'd buy that for $1,200, right? The mini lightsaber bread cutter, you know, whatever the fuck that was on like what was it, Futurama or some shit.
Yeah, I could not spend that kind of money on a damn knife.
See, what nights are you doing? I know Fridays went to a bust.
I was supposed to be doing Fridays. Last Friday, I didn't get off
You never
work.
did one on a Friday.
I've done them on Fridays. I've done 2 Fridays. 3. One, Heidi helped me out for an hour, and I just kept getting cut off because my stupid computer caught a virus.
So what night are you planning on doing?
I don't know, dude. I'm just going to just random. I'm going to be on here on a Monday.
Well, G's claim.
Make sure you tune in for that one, folks. You just gotta hope you tune in at the right time.
There you go.
Well, that's more like Tony, right?
I'm going to pull a Tony. I'm just going to be one random night. Like, oh, man, Chris is on Tuesdays now. Oh, never mind.
Nope, you can't be taking Tuesdays. G seems to
That's
have
my
a
night.
Tuesdays.
Oh, Jesus got it?
Gee, this is your 3rd Tuesday, right?
It's like my 10th or 9th. You know, I'm not
Yeah,
counting.
you've been doing them for, yeah. Well, I mean on your own, where you started.
No, since I was at the beach. Ever since I was at the beach. I guess that was when fucking Ferguson, so.
Yeah, you took over Tuesdays. I got my Thursdays. Sundays is still open to anybody, and Tony does that whole. And right, Kansas or Stinger does or Jim
Wednesday.
does the daytime hour on Wednesdays. Whichever one of those guys, usually Kansas, and then Stinger, and then Jim.
And then Tony does a drunk chat. Don't forget the drunk chat.
Right? Tony does the drunk chats whenever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
Rebel will fill in if you beg him and cajole him and shame him into doing a chat.
I like Reb's chats.
HDP hasn't done one yet, but it's football season, so he's not even paying attention right now.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah.
That guy disappeared.
HD?
What's he into? He's into college, right, Nevada?
Well, and he's also got 2 young sons. I'm pretty sure they're more than likely playing like Pop Warner or something.
Yeah.
I've been out scouting a lot lately.
Yeah, is that what you call when you go to the beach and the wife doesn't know?
Screw the
for a new host.
I'm out looking for friggin' animals to shoot. Let me show you this. Let me show you these turkeys I seen the other day. I was super freaking excited about some turkeys.
Turkeys?
Are they jive turkeys?
Jive turkeys.
Living in LA County? I mean, come on. What other kind of turkey is going to be in LA?
Look at these. Look at these jive turkeys.
Sheep.
And we're entering into Julian's
love season. It's not turkey season yet.
Right there, as you can tell. They're
Well, you got your shotgun and your turkey load?
walking like in a pack.
Yep.
Did you get any?
On our way to
No,
Julian.
it's not season yet.
There's
Not till
some wild
October.
turkey, folks. Large
Big turkeys, right?
turkeys.
You're going to get one for Thanksgiving?
25.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one. I want to get one. See, turkey season for us is October, so I'm probably gonna get one. Hopefully, first weekend or second weekend of October, and then I'll cut them and save them for Thanksgiving.
Right.
And then we also did some scouting for deer and stuff like that.
There's the only blade you need.
That's what I've been doing a lot lately. Is going out and looking for. We even tried to do a little bit of turkey calling. Watch, let me show you. I know most of you guys probably don't care about hunting and stuff. But.
Hey, you know the easiest way to get turkeys though is corn, fishing line, and a fishing hook on a tree.
Nice.
Well, they'll gobble it down and they'll stay there. It's illegal as hell.
How far do you have to go, Steve?
About 60 miles from where I live.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. Doing the turkey call, like on a live hangout, for crying out loud. What the fuck?
Stinger's got his bayonet on his new washer. Yeah, baby.
He's on a roll.
Right? He doesn't even know he's muted yet. Right?
He muted Chris.
Oh, I know I was muted. I heard him. I wasn't doing a turkey call. I was showing a video, Sting.
Well, then mute the damn thing, because I don't need to hear that in my ear while I'm like trying to
If
hear.
you'd been paying attention, you would have seen it was a video. And
Well,
I
he
was,
gotta be careful. He almost poked himself with his bayonet.
I was calling for some turkey.
Hey, can you
This
guys
is
have
normal, ladies and
bayonets
gentlemen.
in California?
Yeah, my AK came with one.
Yeah. Okay. I just know
Mine
some
too.
states did.
I sold it, but came with one. I got $60 on eBay.
That's okay. I'm not surprised you sold it, man. You're the one that went from a free float rail to hand guards. I mean, come on.
I don't plan on getting that close. If we're that close, I'm dropping my gun and running.
It's not about that. It's about once you think you killed somebody, to go ahead and stick him to make sure he ain't faking it.
I'll give him another bullet if he's making it.
You see, here's what I don't understand. $1,200, Son of Republic, you can buy an ACOG. I understand. Now, what's the difference between an ACOG's fucking scope and a fucking knife that can kill somebody and defend you? A scope, you cannot defend. A scope sits on your fucking rifle, and you look through it. And I've seen scopes for $1,500, and I'm sorry to go back on this topic.
Oh, I don't buy ACOGs, and I wouldn't either, but that's just me.
If you're speaking of a Trijicon, G, is that what you're speaking
I'm talking about an ACOG for $1,200.
It's on ACOG, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. Is it a Trijicon? An ACOG is a...
I don't know, Chris. I don't know. The guy,
Yeah.
Son of Republic said, no shit, not for $1,200. I can almost buy an ACOG for that. Almost buy an ACOG
He's
for that.
talking about a Trijicon, I'm going to presume.
Right.
Okay, and a Trijicon has tritium built in it, so you never need lights. I mean, you never need batteries.
Okay.
Okay, and then on top of that, during the daytime, they've got fiber optic that allows it to stay the red.
I can talk so much about it. I mean, what does that have anything to do with it? I mean, that's beside the point. The bottom line is, can you defend yourself with a scope?
Absolutely.
No, you can't. A scope is not going to hurt you. Sorry.
Well, neither will bullets, but you still need them to shoot the gun.
What I'm at, you know where I'm getting at.
I know, G. I know what you're getting
You're
at.
just busting my balls here, and I get it.
A knife is more of a tool than a scope is, but they're both tools.
Correct. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I could justify spending $1,200.
ACOG is one of those people who thinks he's still in the Marines or never got in the Marines, always wanted to be, and wants to hit something at 800 to 1,000 yards because he just wants to, I guess. I don't know. For me, the most I need is, 100 to 200 yards. After that, it's just kind of for fun. I ain't going to buy a $2,000 ACOG or whatever for that kind of shit.
I got a 4-power scope.
How much was that EOTech?
It wasn't cheap. I'll give you that.
I know.
But it wasn't a fucking ACOG. You know what I mean?
Busting your balls. Yeah, it's just a red dot. Yeah. It doesn't increase the magnification. It just gives you a pretty picture.
All right. In order to increase the magnification, you got to buy that shit separate.
And
so
you can buy it for $399, $400. I think EOTech is worth the money. I really do.
No, I'm just busting Stinger's balls, that's all.
Oh, I know you are.
I think you're all fools for spending that much money on shit when you can get the same thing cheaper.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's the thing, Mule. You can't get the same thing because it's not the quality.
Okay. I understand that. I understand it's a handmade, custom knife, whatever, and I'm all cool with that. I understand. If you got that kind of money, there's people that buy Ferraris, right? So if you're buying it for the beauty of the art, the aesthetics of it, I understand spending that much money on it for sure.
And I would never.
If I'm just going to use it for a pocket knife my
No,
$20
I'm never going to use it. I'm never going to touch it. I'm never going to cut anything with it. I'm going to sit there.
Okay, wait a minute. But you would look down an ACOG to
I'm
see.
going to sit there and jerk off to it.
Okay, but at least with an ACOG, you're going to actually look through it and shoot something.
It's going to sit in a glass box, in my jewelry box, and it's going to sit there on my throne. I'm going to fucking just.
And that I can dig. You know, the aesthetics of it, right? The art of it.
Thank you.
You want to own that piece of custom-made Damascus steel, and you're never going to. It's like a $5,000 watch.
Let me show Stinger. Let me show.
Why would you buy a Rolex if you can buy a Timex for what?
Don't get me started on that, because my first gift when my company does our first $1 million will be a Rolex.
Oh, Stinger, look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this. You want to talk
That's
about...
what I'm saying. I mean, if you're buying that kind of thing for the beauty of it, we start talking the beauty of machines and we lose
Now, here's one for 600. Look at this Praetorian. Look at this Praetorian. Holy shit. Look at this fucker. Look at that. 600. That's a good deal, dude. We're talking...
Okay.
Well, wait a minute now. 500, 600 for a scope. We're talking about a blade for $600 now.
Yeah, but if I'm going to just look at the blade rather than, a scope that I can actually use.
I'm going to use it. I'm just not going to. I'm just going to mostly...
First time you get a little scratch on it, all I'm going to hear is, I got a scratch on my beautiful eyes. It costs...
You're right.
And that's why I was busting Reb's chops for spending $80 on that fucking Cold Steel Spartan.
How much on the Spartan?
$80.
That's a good deal.
Spending $30 on a fucking Spyderco was a lot for me back in the day that I bought it. But that's because I don't put as much emphasis on blades as I do on guns. But that's, maybe that's good or bad.
In all things, I try and find the best deal for my money. Right? And
wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at that mule. 950. And it's out of stock. And it's out of stock. I'm not the only crazy bastard.
Gee, let me ask you this. How much better does that knife cut than a $100 knife?
Much. And the
I'll
blade.
be back in a little bit. I gotta go get the wife.
Yes, sir. Be safe, yo.
All right, I'm gonna leave this on, so I'll just...
Oh, yeah, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I got this bitch open till 8 in the morning. The fucking blade is fucking treated. It's fucking all tumbled. It's the hardware that they use, the time they put into it. It takes like almost a year. If you order this, it's going to take like 12 months. Like it's not
for them to make one knife.
Maybe a little bit less, but like I said, dude, they have orders throughout the world, man. It's not. This is like
so they're making certain batches at a time, then.
Yeah, dude. Like they'll make batches.
Making a batch of this one, a batch of that one, and whenever the batches comes up, then they'll fill the order.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I can spend good money on a good piece of glass.
Me too, and I have $300, and I'm like, that's enough. I don't think $80 is a lot for a blade, or $100, to be honest.
Well, like I said, I spent $80 on a blade, so I figured that's my maximum though.
Let me show you this blade, dude, that these fuckers want like $2,000 for. Hold on.
They got any Cutcos in there, G?
Yeah, they got anything you want, bro.
Let's check out some Cutcos.
What kind? What is it?
Cutco. Cutco.
All right, let me see if they have it. No. Cutco?
They got to step their game up, G.
No. Condor?
Yeah, because we really need more Chinese knockoffs right there.
Oh, Cutco's not Chinese knockoff.
No?
That's top of the line, American made.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Let me show you guys the world.
Yeah, show me a Cutco.
Really think I need to get an Ultimac gas rail tube.
Why? You're not liking that? Oh, by the way, daughter decided to go. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
so what happened? You don't not liking Troy?
Well, the top rail, man, I don't know what it is. On the underfolder, it works fine. This one, it didn't have any move side to side like it did the other gun, but I felt something click, and so I was messing with it, and now when I look at it, I can pull it up and down a little bit.
Check these knives out right here.
Tightened it?
Yeah, oh, it's tight. It's tight as a motherfucker. It's so damn tight I can't get it off.
And what about the the gas tube flip, the little thing on the side? How's that holding? Is that still tight? The gas tube clamp, the original one that
you don't. Supposedly you don't even need it, but yeah, it's tight as fuck.
They look
Right,
like.
I have it closed, but you don't need it.
What are they? What are you showing me? Kitchen knives?
Top. This isn't just kitchen knives. These are top of the line.
Oh, I got kitchen knives, dude. I'm not looking for kitchen knives.
These things come with the top of the line warranty. All products made in the U.S. of A.
Yeah.
Just give me a straight razor, man.
What was that? What was that? Reb, a straight knife?
A straight razor.
Oh yeah, dude, those are no joke.
That's a bigoted remark against homosexuality.
Oh no.
I got me the most dangerous knife in the world right here, a box cutter.
You see this right? Oh, dude, those are. We don't call those knives around my part. We call those
Utility
747 keys.
Right?
What do you call them?
That's a utility knife,
We call them 747 keys.
right? They
Damn.
took over 3 planes with these.
Yeah, you can fly any plane you want with one of those.
Yeah, but can you cut off heads with it?
No,
It
probably.
take a while.
No, I don't think
I
you get.
have my trusty AK bayonet. Ain't you
I don't
been
think you're
watching
getting
the
through
way
the
they
bone.
cutting them off overseas? They're using the AK bayonet.
I don't think you're getting through the bone with one of those. You know.
With an AK bayonet or a...
No. The
No, you just have to cut through all the ligaments. You have to go, rather than cut through the bone, you have to cut around the bone, right? So that way you're popping it off, and then you're going to have to saw through the spinal cord, you know. But yeah, you can get the job done.
You see this, G? Look at this.
You see this?
Cutco, 32 piece, $2,000.
Yeah, I see this 20-inch black Nighthawk right here going your ass.
Damn, gee, you got a serious collection, bro.
Right?
Serious, that is no joke. You see this, G? Cutco.
See, I could have went a whole different way with that, and I'm sure Stinger's back there and muted, laughing his ass off when you said, "I got this 20-inch black." It was just shit. Right up your
This is called the Black Magic Stick right here, brother.
right off the rails. Yeah, a buddy of mine has something.
Well, if I had a 10-inch Black Magic, I'd get all the ladies too. Yeah.
Big, actually 19 to be exact.
Okay, well, they do have a limit on how big you can go, but
It's true. Yeah, G, no joke, you do got a serious set of knives, brother.
Thanks, bro.
Got a serious set of knives. The way you feel about knives is the way I feel about ammo.
Well, I feel about ammo the same way, bro.
Never enough, and I need more and more and more and more and more.
You can never have enough ammo, dude. I would fucking fill up my whole fucking...
And the way Chris feels about ammo is the way I feel about magazines.
Yeah, Rev's no joke on magazines.
With that too, never enough.
Never enough. Never enough mags.
And that's why I'm not all that worried about having to ship Chris my 10-round magazine. Because you know how I hate giving up magazines. We'll see if he comes up with that pack.
Oh, I hope I can come up with the money. $700 is a lot of money for a pistol.
Now, when's it enough? When's enough mags? Like, how much is enough? Like, what's enough mags? Like,
1,000.
like 20? No. Realistically, like, how many mags does it take for one person to be complete with? How many?
Well, you probably
one at a time.
You're never going to be complete. Magazines are disposable, right? So you're going to be picking them up on the way. They're going to break. They're not meant to be staying with the gun the whole time. That being said, if you have at a minimum of 7, right? Minimum of 10, I would probably go. But seven's combat though, right? 6 plus 1 in the gun. So as long as you have a minimum of 7, you should be able to get through most hassles. 10 is better because then you just keep a couple in reserve, right? And or you're like me and Reb who think 25 per gun is just a good starting point. You know.
Reb, what do you think?
I think you should have 6 drum mags.
Damn.
What do you said 6?
Yeah.
But that's only if you're going to bug in, be stationary behind your RPK with the bump ski on it.
See, I think 10 is the number. I think 10 mags, I think, is the solid number for rifles. I mean,
how many do you think for pistol? Okay, let me ask that question because I know everybody's real buried on that.
Pistols?
Yeah, minimum of 5, Chris.
Minimum.
Minimum of 5.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah, at least 5, 6.
At least 5 33 rounders.
That's a knee snapper right there.
My boy loves the happy sticks. How I gotta do now?
Well, again, never enough ammo. Why do you think I switched to, instead of carrying extra magazines, I just went, once G sent me that holster, I'm like, I got the other side now. I can even out my ass. Now I'm carrying 2 20-round pistols.
Right.
Because it's
now you got 40 rounds at one time.
Well, not only that, I mean, I don't have one cheek weighing down one way and then nothing on the other cheek. You know what I mean? Just flat fucking ass. You know?
Now you need a friggin' ankle pistol.
I know you got.
No, seriously, just the two pistols. They're both, you know, one's a 4.5 inch and one's a 3.8 inch, and they both hit the same magazine, so they just sit there basically the same weight on where I should have ass cheeks, but I don't.
Does anybody ankle carry?
I've done that back in the day, and I always worried about dropping the gun.
I know you guys don't give me shit on my 10-round magazines, but I look at it as like this. I get to do a lot more reloads than you guys do.
Oh, yeah, you get to reload all the goddamn time, don't you?
Yeah, you be reloading.
And with that bullet button, that just makes it more entertaining right there.
Well, my pistols don't have bullet buttons.
And even with boots, Reb, I worried about. I used to carry a little air weight in my boots, and I used to worry about it falling out.
How many rounds do you need, realistically, in your pistol to be happy with? Some of us have 1911s, and we only get 7-8 rounders. Most of us have the Glocks and the M&Ps and the CZs that hold, 17 to 20 rounds. But really, realistically, how many rounds do you really need in your firearm?
As many as you possibly can have, because you never know the situation, right? That's why I had a Glock 17, because I could put in 19 rounds. However, or 18 rounds, right, without an extender. With an extender, I could get 20. However, my wife's M&P, no, you have a, what is it, the XDM. She has an XDM, and its main capacity is, what, 19 plus 1? It's 19 plus 1. So now I'm looking at the Glock 17 saying, well, this is stupid. I could have 2 more rounds if I went to the XDM. So that's what I'm thinking about doing.
Well, I guess what, Stinger? I had that, and I traded it for a Glock. Keep that in mind. My Springfield XDM, I traded it for a Glock 17.
Well, right now she's absolutely happy with it, and even though it's got a lot of extra things on it that I don't like, man, I can't get over that 19 plus 1, man. That shit is bomb.
And the thing about the XDM that kills over any pistol on the market And I swear I felt it and I squeezed every fucking manufacturer, and nothing has a better trigger than that Springfield XDM out the box.
Mm-hmm.
Their triggers are so crisp and clean. It's not a lot of give. It's
a little spongy in the middle for my liking, but that's only because I'm coming off of a trigger I put on a Glock that I really, put a lot of time and effort into.
And that's because you guys are talking about double action striker fires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any 1911 single action is so much crisper than any of those.
Oh, no doubt.
So I mean, when you're whipping out a gun that it breaks like glass at 3.5 pounds.
Well, see, for me, it's more about capacity than anything, right? Even over trigger, because a lot of guns nowadays you can fix the trigger, right? But
that's what I did with my Glock 17. I got a 3.5 pound trigger in it. I had in it, and fucking true glow night sights, man.
You know what? On that Ultimac, never mind. I guess I just needed to put this in. I took it out, put it back in, tightened it real nice and tight, and now it ain't moving. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That thing you should not have. Once you get it set straight and locked in there, right, you'll be doing fine with it.
All right, but you got to really crank it down.
Don't get me wrong. The Ultimac's a great one. It attaches to the barrel. You never have to worry about that even. But you can't take it off to clean it without having to readjust everything, like you can with that Troy.
Yeah, well, here's the thing with the Troy. You got to lock it down tighter than fucking shit because it was just a tad bit loose and it was wobbling all over the place. And I've had a blue Loctite this thing. I haven't even shot it yet. And if I can move it with my hands, that's bad.
Yeah,
maybe
you need to tighten it up.
Maybe you should red Loctite it then.
Fuck that.
Well,
I made that mistake.
Wrench, too, for that castle nut to tighten it down.
Oh, well, here's the thing. When you tighten the castle nut down, it untightens the other one just a slight amount. So this time I went about it a little bit differently, and I have Loctited it, blue Loctited it. And now that I re-put it on, I don't know, maybe it was just because I've charged the weapon quite a few times, and that might have made it come a little loose. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that.
Well, that's good because by constantly charging that weapon, you're doing the exact same thing that you would be if you're firing that weapon, right?
Yep.
Other than putting the gas pressure on it and the heat. So if it's loosening up, that's what you should be doing when you tighten it down. Now with the Ultimac, it's a little different because it is clamped to the barrel. So once you clamp it and you have it all spec'd in right, you stop worrying about it. It's just, like I said, when you go to clean it, you just need to use a 12-gauge cleaning brush and bore brush and everything, rather than, the regular just pick and swabbing your finger in there.
I wonder how the
what the fuck is
US
up
Palm
with this cat? Optimus Android 26. I haven't done a shout out in the room for a while. Third up, come on in, brother. I see you out there. He says 2 quotes. Jaeger. Nobody walks away from a gunfight wishing they had less bullets.
Yeah, that's true.
HDD, Rebel, and his wishful thinking. I'm not going to read.
Well, hey, HD, third up. Come on in here. I ain't talked to you in a while.
Oh, by the way, I also did a trigger job on that after watching Chris's very informative videos, and I was like, hey, I can do that. And it's got a nice trigger now.
It's a lot smoother, huh?
Yeah, I still need to work on it. I think I'm going to hit it with the Mother's, Mother's Magnum Shine, whatever that shit is. Mag.
Hey, did you polish up the rails too?
No.
Oh, you should polish up those rails, smooth them out. You said there was grittiness in your rails as you were pulling back a little bit on that.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not too worried about that because that other Polish rifle I had that too, but after 3 mags, that was gone. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, that's
I will look at that there. I will look at that there.
Sting, that's the reason why I use that knife sharpening kit I have, because you can literally Just make it super glassy smooth. What was that? What did you say, Reb, before you were super, super low?
No clue.
No, before G did the shout out.
I don't know, man.
Okay, I will. Let me go back to it. I'm not in the external.
The first one.
Okay. Well, I just gotta get back to it.
Oh, I was asking about the U.S. Palm. I wonder if that's a good setup for the optic on the gas tube deal.
Well, I know it won't let you co-witness. Only two of them do. The Ultimac and the, on the gas tube at least, the Ultimac and Troy.
Midwest Industries made one for them that will.
Mm-hmm.
It's proprietary to.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Isn't that thing expensive as all daylights though, Reb?
No,
Oh, yeah.
$140.
It's funny how we get more viewers when we talk about guns.
Well, without the optic, it's $140 for the upper gas tube cover and the lower handrail.
I paid $60 for my handrail, upper and lower. So $140 is.
Yeah, I got that Troy battle rifle rail, 13 inch as well, and she's
The A or
badass.
the B? G?
Huh?
The A or the B?
What do you mean the A or the B?
Well, there's the battle rifle A and then there's the battle rifle B.
I'm not sure, bro. It's not the first version with the fucked up. It's the second version that came out. Because I know on the first battle rifle Troy rails, they just didn't like how they were screwed together. I guess where the screws went. I guess they didn't really like how secure it was. It used to heat up, and the second version that came out, that's the one I picked up.
I just know they're heavy as all daylights, those battle rifles. Midwest Industries are so light compared to those.
Yeah, I can tell. You're right, because my fucker with the scope and the battle rifle, it's probably like pushing almost 10 pounds, dude, like 9.5. I would
Yeah, if
say.
you ever switch over to a Midwest Industry, dude, they're so light. They're just as expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, they are expensive. The Troy, anything is expensive.
Yeah, but
they're
so is
wild,
Midwest. So is Midwest Industry. The rail that I had was $220.
Yeah, I think the Troy one I got was like 300, maybe. Something like that. Up in the twos. I bought it when they came out.
Now, which were you talking about, G? Were you talking about the Scotland thing?
No.
Because I'm all
Yeah.
for Scotland going.
No, I know. No. The American rap.
The Baghdadi wiggity
Yeah,
wiggity.
yes.
Yeah. Andrew, you funny fucker. Yeah. And did you see what Third Op was recommending? Check out those knives.
Yes, that's why I thanked them. Thank you, Third, again, for the Gray Man duo. Yep, got it.
Yeah, and I'm not Scots-Irish. I'm Irish, but
Yep. Yes, sir.
I think that I'm real happy for Scotland. I hope they gain independence. I hope they dissolve themselves from the Commonwealth, right? Not gain it with the stipulation like a lot of other places do.
Right.
You know, because for a long time the Scots were their own. You know, it's funny because when you start getting down into race, right? And we think everybody in the British Islands is the same race. They're not, right?
Right.
There are multiple different cultures and races that have been gleaned together. The Scots and the Welsh are of Celt descent, right? That's why Scots, Irish, and Welsh get along so well. And yet most of the inhabitants of England, the white inhabitants, are more either Saxon or Norman, right? Because they were the conquerors that came in and pushed all the native Britons out, because they were also a line of Celts. So, yeah, I think Scotland needs to gain their freedom, just like I think. And with Scotland gaining its freedom, I'm hoping Northern Ireland can do the same without any more bloodshed.
Hey, anybody that ever watched Braveheart wants Scotland to have their freedom. Come on.
I want to go in Ireland. I want to go check out Ireland if I could.
Right. But I know, and it's funny because today is the first reported. Today is not only an anniversary; it's an anniversary as well. Today, the 9th of September, is when The potato famine was first reported in the Dublin paper back in 1543.
Have you been back to your homeland, Mule? Have you been there before? Oh, you need to go. You need to go.
I know
man.
I need to go. I almost
I
went.
went to Greece. I went to Greece when I was 16. Check out my culture, and you got to go. You got to go where your roots are from, man.
I know. I want to go, and I still have the right of return. And being I'm first gen, my kids have the right too of return.
Yeah.
So we can go get dual citizenship. I can go to Ireland to become an Irish citizen.
Boy, I bet that'll be a trip for you.
Yeah, it would be. But
Never know. Never know what'll be in the future.
yeah, I want to go. I want to go visit and everything, and do the touristy thing, and get drunk and kiss the Blarney Stone, and fucking drink Guinness from where Mother's Milk really comes from.
Oh yeah, man.
Sip some 50, 60-year-old Tullamore Dew.
Look at our boy JoJo on there, boy. He looks like he's taking a test. What are you doing, JoJo? You look like you're taking your fucking.
He's watching porn, man. Stop it! You're gonna break his concentration.
I know. I just didn't know. He's looking like he's about to take his
The
driver's
camera
ed.
ain't jiggling.
Yeah. But, hey, Mule, let's tell these guys something that they probably don't know about what you have to do before you kiss the Blarney Stone.
What's that?
You have to lay on your back.
Sorry, Joe. The important part of that statement was cut off, for me at least.
You have to lay
on your back.
And then you kiss the underside of the stone.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to lay on your back and tilt your torso down.
Yeah, out a cannon hole or some shit like that, whatever that thing is.
It's actually a pouring spout for burning oil.
Burning
they would
oil,
attack the
okay.
castle.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, that was too early for cannons, wasn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, and the anniversary of the potato famine, in a little more than 3.5 years, they killed almost 2 million Irishmen by starving them. And it wasn't because Ireland couldn't grow the food or the livestock. They just sent it all over to England, right, to the British side, to starve out the Irish because they wanted the land and they wanted the people off the land. And so they committed genocide, right, the Brits, and this is, a little over 100 years ago, against the Irish people, and spread a lot of their descendants to the wind, to America, to Australia, to South America, all over the world. And they still can't destroy the Irish, no matter how hard they try.
Nope.
Real quick, thanks, Third. I saw it and I love it. Sorry to change the topic.
I hope Scotland's free. I'd love to see them go free. And if they do, it gets interesting, right? Because a lot of the crown jewels and stuff like that belong to the Scots, right? So there's going to be some divvying up of property there that's going to get all kinds of interesting. Right? Because if she's going to be no longer considered the Queen of Scotland, then Scotland has the right to get their property back, don't they?
No.
And there's going to... No? Are you talking to us or to...
Nobody's getting shit.
Nobody's getting shit.
Just
Right.
talk to Germany. How much gold they got.
Yeah, but that's between the United States. See, the Scotlands will get their dresses in a fucking uproar and come screaming down. Who the hell's going to stop them now? Most of England's Muslim.
True that.
Mm-hmm.
So who the fuck's going to stop screaming fucking, and what's going to happen with the Black Watch? The military. There's whole military units that are based in wow, that's going to be interesting all the way around to see what happens.
It's funny. I saw a thing that now the U.S. military is allowing beards for Muslims and headdresses and shit. ACU fucking headdresses and
Yeah, I saw that for that Sikh. That was a Sikh guy, by the way. That picture, and that's Indian, and they were actually a warrior class in India, the Sikhs. But yeah, I mean, so somebody earlier was saying that I look like the white Taliban the way the beard's coming in. So maybe I should join the military and get to keep this.
I'm shaving mine off to the Amish style.
I think you're a little bit too old there, Mule.
You can just join ISIS.
A little too old? Shit, I'm way too old for that shit. Even though, not really, right? Because when you think about it, remember when the Iraq War started, they called up all those fucking reserve units, and a lot of them were guys my age that went over there and took over Iraq. And some of them fought the whole time, multiple tours, right? As National Guard guys. And there's a lot of guys my age and older that are in the National Guard.
I shared this video over on Liberty, and this dude rolled up on a bus full of Mexicans, just came into the country, pulled up at the Social Security office. All of them are going in there getting Mexican passports, basically work visas. It's unbelievable.
Get your free shit.
Best way to collapse a country.
Since when do we give out Mexican passports?
Well, if it's in California, it doesn't shock me in the least bit. Didn't fucking Jerry Brown tell them that California and Mexico are one the same?
He said, "We welcome you. You're welcome in our state."
You know the sad thing is California is Mexico to me at this point.
I agree. I fucking agree.
So, hold on. Would that make
It's
me
Little Mexico. That's what California is, Little Mexico.
And don't even start, Chris, because with a last name like yours, yeah, you're fucking Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Si, senor.
Yeah, it just is what it is, I mean, when you got the fucking...
If you ever get busted, that's going to read Mexican went crazy because of whatever. They didn't have enough tacos at the stand, some shit like that. They ain't going to say white guy, not with that last name and that hair.
I do got a luscious head of hair. I do admit.
Do you speak fluently Spanish? See?
I speak zero Spanish.
Oh, okay. I thought you. Okay.
My parents don't speak Spanish. Their parents didn't speak Spanish. Their parents didn't speak Spanish.
No shit.
Not Spanish.
Damn. So how did you get? I mean, where do you?
He's Californian. I mean, remember, it's almost 200 years now that California has been part of the United States. So.
Right.
And now that it's turning back into Mexico, you'll get to learn and never have to be discriminated against because of your last name.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Well, I know he's Native American, but I didn't know what else.
Yeah, I'm Spanish, German, and
Wait. He's 50% German, 50% Spanish, 50% white, 50% Muslim.
50% man.
I forgot the Muslim.
Bear.
He's only 50%, man.
50% man, 50% bear, 50% pig. Man, bear, pig.
All right.
Oink, oink.
It's like the cops from fucking Duke Nukem.
Mm-hmm.
Man, bear, pig is a real thing. I'm not joking with you.
Is that like a new Chupacabra or some shit?
No, it's man, bear, pig.
Gotta be something.
It's
So,
way
what did
worse.
you guys think of that video of that dude in his garage? The cop coming up there telling him, "Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I loved it. Loved it.
your phone is evidence. I'm taking it."
Yeah, the one I shared a couple little bit ago, a while
Yeah,
ago.
you got that from me.
Did I? Probably.
Yeah.
Swear to God, can we stop measuring each other's distance of piss?
Dude, I'll tell you right now, that scenario there, that you would have read about that shit in the paper.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, it walked right into the fucking dude. First of all, you're trespassing, copper. Right? And then you walk into my garage like you own the fucking place, but I guess there they do. You know?
No, I'll tell you how it would have went down. He would have came on my property. My dog would have fucking went after him. He would have pulled his gun out. I would have pulled my gun out. End of story.
Kill him while he's killing your dog, man.
Well, first of all, I mean, like I said, the very first thing he did wrong was trespass. But they don't look at it that way anymore. They don't look at those fucking. They don't look like they have any kind of rules and regulations. They can walk on your property whenever the fuck they want. Into the dude's garage.
Oh yeah, those kinds of videos.
No warrant, no nothing. Walked right into the fucking dude's garage. Yeah.
Those videos been going on for a long time about cops saying, "Oh no, we don't have to, well, mind your no trespassing signs."
Well, because people let them. Because people don't argue with them. That's the no trespassing sign.
The disconnect is the cops don't know the law. They have a union behind them, so they can break the law. They can make up the law. They can lie to you. And it's your burden to go and prove that you didn't break the law.
They're straight up stealing now. I mean, you look at one of the links that Mules shared on Facebook with that they're seizing people's money left and right.
Well, they've been doing that for years. Those asset laws, that's why they love dope, right? They love people carrying large amounts of cash across country. They claim it's going to be dope. They're confiscating it because, of course, if you're carrying large amounts of cash, you're going to go buy drugs, right? I mean, look what they did in Philly. They're going to steal somebody's house because their kid sold $20 worth of fucking weed to somebody.
Forfeiture is amazing.
Civil assets forfeiture laws and snatch people's property. They've been doing that since the early days of the drug war, since the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, bro, but it is crazy.
Sounds like he's munching on something.
Oh, man.
Was it good at least, G?
No. That's why I put it away.
It sounded like you were grinding up something, if you ask me.
I was trying to mix a drink. I was mixing a drink.
Oh, okay.
Well, Jethro eating the ham hock, bones and all.
I'm doing a little mixing.
But yeah, man, I'll tell you what, and they've been working that action for so long now that they do highway robbery all over the fucking country. You know, you can share videos as much as you can share videos about fucking police abuse physically, right? With beating and shooting people on a daily basis, you can get 10 more videos of them fucking robbing people on the side of the road on a daily basis.
Asset forfeiture, it's amazing.
Yep.
And it only helps if you know your rights. You know, that whole, well, I don't have anything to hide, so I'm just going to cooperate with the police. Yeah, don't. Don't ever, because they are out there doing that. And hopefully, if you assert your rights, they will leave your ass alone, knowing that you know them. Unfortunately, it's not always going to work, but it's, better than, yeah, you can search my car. Go ahead.
Did you guys ever hear about that asset forfeiture where the cops broke into a stripper's house? She had $1 million saved. They took it from her. She sued and made the cops pay it back.
Yeah. And actually, she was traveling with her. They didn't break into her house. She was traveling.
I heard she was breaking into her house.
No, that's where they do most of this kind of stealing from people is when they're traveling, right? They're traveling. She was a stripper, had been saving up a lot of money. She was going to open up a fucking beauty salon or some shit, right? She stripped to get the money for her beauty salon and was going to go do that in Nebraska somewhere, and they nailed her and took all her money. And like the video I shared today with multiple examples of it, you know, of where they stop people carrying large amounts of cash and they steal it. Because you're not working within their system, right? They wouldn't steal it if it was a fucking cashier's check, right? They wouldn't steal it if it was in a credit card. But being you want to deal in cash basis, which is not working within their system anymore, right? Because they can't track it as well, they steal it. All over the fucking country. And that's the one thing that really doesn't have any color. Right? They do it from everybody.
Now, the one woman Chris is talking about that sued and got the money back, and it just ends there. The cop doesn't get any disciplinary action and get put in jail for theft.
No.
Lose his fucking job just like any other.
No, because
obviously not, because he thought that was the case, even though it wasn't. So you can't, you know, give him credit for it.
He thought.
Well, and that's his job, Joe. That's the cop's job anymore. Is they're revenue generators, right? So they pull over an out-of-state vehicle. They do it all the time here on the 80 by
It's
me.
not his job to look at something and declare that it is illegal.
Yeah, well,
No, actually, that is their job. They're not taught. They're taught. You know, that's the whole thing. They're not taught the law for a reason, so they can do whatever the fuck they want, right? And they do it all over the country with this asset forfeiture shit, right? Where you're traveling through their area, they stop you, you let them search it, or they bring the dog, and the dog alerts for some reason, right? Because here in Illinois, the cops like to find you at convenience stores, truck stops, and restaurants with out-of-state plates, and then rub your car down with weed. Right?
Motherfucker try to pull that shit on me. I tell you what, I just tell them, you know, I've always wanted to see that magic trick. And when they said, which magic trick? I say the one where the guy catches a bullet in his fucking teeth.
Yeah, but you know what happens then, right? It's all good until you get down to the real nitty gritty and you do start shooting at each other, and then even if you win, you lose.
Yeah.
That's why they got everybody balls, you know. And unless you're willing to die for the fucking $12,000 that you got in the car because you were heading out to buy a new car or a piece of heavy equipment, or put a down payment on a fucking house, which is all reasons why people were traveling with money and got their money stolen.
And you know, how the fuck did they know you had that anyway? The fucking bank call them and tell them? Maybe.
No. What they'll do is they'll search your car and they ask questions like, are you traveling with large amounts? Not only do they ask if you're traveling with drugs, they ask if you're traveling with large amounts of money. And if you tell them
and
yes,
that's why I said knowing your rights at that point is a good thing, because and it's not a guarantee at all, but it's at least, you know, knowing that they're not allowed to search your vehicle without a warrant or a probable cause is a good thing. You know, and asserting that for sure, and having a video camera ready to go, because all that shit. And yeah, but I'm a law-abiding citizen. I have nothing to fear, so I'm just going to play along with the cop. No, you cannot in this day and age just go along with the cop, because they will fuck you over any chance they get.
Well, you are the enemy.
The fundamental flaw is paper money has traces of drugs on it, so they'll always get a false positive in that scenario. You know, if you're going to have to travel with large sums of money, you're better off getting, you know, some precious metals. At least that way there won't be any, you know, dog sniffing probable cause. Oh, well, the dog alerted for drugs, so we got to confiscate.
Well, here's my question on that. Who's to say the dog alerted at all? Couldn't they just say the dog alerted?
Yeah, they could do everything else.
What are you going to do? Ask the dog, did you alert?
They do that all the time. It's a false alert, and they do that all the time.
I wouldn't trust them not to fuck with the precious metals either. I'd make sure it was a traveler's check or something like that. You know, cashier's check, so you know they couldn't touch it.
Yeah, but then you're dealing with the banking system, right? And they alert if you deal with more than it used to be if you fucked around with more than $10,000. Right. Then they alerted the fucking feds. Now it's $5,000. So if you take out more than $5,000 in cash out of the bank, that gets sent up to Homeland Security as an alert.
$4,500 out today, $4,500 out next week. You know, you got 2 cashier's checks.
There's plenty of ways to do it where it's harder for them to track, or you don't get up on their radar as fast. But these days, the way computers work, you get up on their radar anyway if you start doing that, where you take out just below the amount of money too. I mean, it's fucked up the way that.
When's the last time anybody in this chat went to a bank to try to get out $5,000 or more? You
About a year ago.
Who's got $5,000 to take out?
They don't, they don't want you taking that out. You got to make an appointment, yada, yada, yada. Banks deal in zeros on the computer. They don't deal in hard currency.
Well, see,
go ahead.
My bank isn't a bank; it's a credit union. So you can, and it's only got one fucking. It's only got one branch, so your money is actually kept in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a little easier in doing that because we don't deal with fucking Bank of America, Wells Fargo, any of that shit. We deal with Bakelite, credit union, and that's it.
Our credit union also, it has satellite unions, but the one in the one town about 23 miles from here, I can get $300 a day out of there. But if I go to another one that's about 30 miles from here, it's somehow different. It's more affiliated with them or some shit. I have no idea how that works, but you can get $1,000. But when the fuck I would have $1,000 to take out?
I haven't had that in a while, that's for sure.
That ain't no shit. I'm like, the hell are you telling me I could take out $1,000 for? You see, my bank statements. Jesus
I got $32. Come on.
Yeah, and 12 cents.
That was it. I was trying to think. The last time I had $5,000 was when I cashed the tax check, and that was gone pretty quick. But yeah.
Mine wasn't too long ago, actually, but yeah, trying to get it all out at one time because I wanted to go buy a Mustang. That was a pain in the ass, man.
Nope, they just asked us how we wanted it.
No, I had to do they wouldn't do 5,000. It was six grand, and they wouldn't do all but 5 at one time. Then I had to wait like 2 days before I could get the other.
Yeah, that's that fucking Homeland Security shit. That's the shit that they got passed with the Patriot Act.
Well, the thing is, I think that was the bank's rules because you can get it out with the Patriot Act. They're just going to report your ass, right?
Yeah,
my fucking bank wouldn't even allow me to get it all out at one time. I don't know. It was a small bank. Maybe it could have been because they just didn't have that much money. I don't remember. It has been a couple years ago.
Right? They ain't got much cash on hand. Mm-hmm. But it's just ridiculous, though. Yeah, I try not to talk to cops, and one of the things that everybody needs to learn, and more people are every day, film every encounter you have with a cop, right? Videotape that. Whip out your fucking cell phone, whatever. Videotape you fucking anytime you deal with a cop. Good, bad, and different. It keeps everybody honest, or as honest as possible. I mean, we saw that fucking cop walk right into the guy's fucking house, take the phone from him. But that's the closest you're going to do to keep any cop honest. Know your rights and video and fucking film everything. Hey, did you guys remember? You remember that story of the guy in the Walmart, right?
Yeah.
Got shot by the cops.
Telling a different story now.
Yeah, it turns out that this fucking asshole. I'm an ex-Marine. Yeah. No, not so much. But it turns out that asshole basically swatted this guy. What
does that actually mean?
Well, he called the cops. The guy wasn't doing anything other than standing there with a BB gun. And the guy called the cops on him just to be a dick. Right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
And somebody was pointing out that that's exactly what this fucking left-wing liberal motherfucker said to do, that anytime you see somebody with a gun in public, right, to scream your fool head off and act like they're threatening to shoot everybody. Not that they actually have to be doing any of that, but to tell the cops that they're doing that. what the fuck was that guy's name? I can't remember, but he does a radio show and shit. Left-wing fucking radio show.
Oh, wasn't that Bill Maher or some shit?
No, it wasn't Maher, but Maher didn't even go that fucking crazy. No, it's some other dude back east. You know, I don't even remember, but I know that they've been pushing that, and you see it a lot when people are writing on gun control. Oh, if I see somebody open carrying, I'm going to call the cops and say that they're pointing a gun at me. Right? And it sounds like that's what this guy did to this.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it sounds like this guy did. And they call it swatting, right? Where they call up, they say that you're in your house threatening to kill your whole family, and the cops come and fucking bust down your door, and it turns out nobody's doing nothing.
So is this guy going to get charged at all or no?
I hope so. I hope he gets charged with double murder, because not only did the cops shoot that guy, right, but some woman in the Walmart shopping with her kid had a heart attack because of it.
That's the only way that shit will stop real quick, if they actually got charged.
I don't know how long we're going to stay alive. We lost G.
Whoa.
Well, everybody, I hope you had a good night. Thank you for coming to the chat.
Okay,
I hope you, because if G comes back in, this will end up going off air. So, who knows how long it's going to stay. G was the only dragon in here tonight. So, have a good night. Don't forget, Kansas might have one tomorrow during the day, and if not, Stinger or Jim might pick it up. So
yeah, he called me earlier today and told me that he wanted me to run it, and I was like, well, are you feeling better? He's like, yeah. Like, well, I'll run it, but you have to come in and at least be there, and I'll try to talk the most, you know. He's like, all right, I'll do that.
Cool. And I'll try and make it in too, so I can help keep up the conversation, so it ain't Stinger just talking to himself.
Hey, those are my favorite chats. What are you talking about?
Right. And we'll have to drag Reb in too. You know that. During the day, he's a Mr. Mom too, so.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
What, Mr. Mom?
Yeah. It's
oh God, the country song, really? You crazy, Chris. You Chris.
Chris is crazy. Chris Ford rocks is crazy.
Roll. Ford does rocks. Proven fact. That's why it's on the name.
I'm a Ford fan, and I find what you talk like with Ford is just too much, man. Come on now. Don't have to suck its dick.
Oh, if it did, I would.
No, I know you would.
He sucks the tailpipe.
I mean, I did brand it on my legs, so that's dedication right there.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm planning on getting a tramp stamp of Ford.
You should get Pinto on right there.
I was thinking about getting Mustang 2.
Oh, it's fucking ugly.
You know the fat, ugly sister?
Ugly fucking car. Oh my God.
Why don't you just get Taurus? With a little.
Right?
No, because the new Tauruses are actually pretty badass.
Yeah, they are actually. We had to rent one once when the car was down. Dude, I didn't want to give that thing away, man. It had all sorts of fuck. Oh, why couldn't my old Taurus be like this one? Damn it!
That new Taurus is pretty badass.
Yeah.
With all its tracking software and being able to follow you.
Well, shit, all cars have tracking. All new cars have tracking software.
That's why don't buy a new car.
That's why you go to an auction and you buy a piece of shit for $2,000 that you have to.
Yeah, that was my own fault. That was my own fault.
Matter.
Thanks for the low blow, though, brother, because that motherfucker's still running.
I know, but it's been long enough where I thought it wouldn't be too hurtful.
No, it's still a fucking deep source. 2 months, dude. 2 months in that motherfucker, and parts still ain't. Oh, it's just fucking a nightmare. I'm basically writing off. I got nothing for that fucking $2,000 and more.
All right. Sorry to bring up old ones.
That's okay. I just might end up divorced over it. So.
What's wrong with it, Neil?
What is it?
What kind of car is it?
A Dodge Caravan.
So what's wrong?
Everything,
Primarily,
stem to stern.
won't start, won't stop.
It's gonna need a new. It needs a new motor. That's on order. Trying to get a junkyard one. It needs a new transmission. It needs new brakes. It needs new gas tank. It looks like this might have been caught in a flood or a hurricane or something. And it turns out it's just a nightmare.
You know, some of the computers for the systems on the car are under the seats.
So I'd imagine they're flooded out too, because it also needs new carpet.
There you go.
So what were you going to say, Reb? It doesn't matter anyways because we're all carrying personal tracking devices?
Exactly.
I don't. I'm back off the cell list.
Nice.
They tried to double our bill, and we told them to go fuck themselves. And now the wife's already on another plan.
Hey, I didn't see